Welcome to the Rally Points podcast for the love and fun of tennis.
We've got two familiar voices back in the mix, Jason Ronan and Seth Ferracane. Anytime they're on, we're covering everything tennis, life, some real talk about how the two tend to overlap, and probably a few things that have nothing to do with either. The single stuff. And a couple like simple patterns on doubles, but in singles, like the A, B, C, D.
Yeah.
Dude. And you watch it now, you see it everywhere.
Oh, absolutely.
Right?
And when I texted you, because that's the first thing I was going to ask, and you said that he shut it down immediately, was the Fed joke patterns.
Yeah, he asked him twice.
No.
Good for you, Craig.
Yeah. And the second
talking about like his childhood or something,
well,
right?
and the second time he actually admitted it real quick. We went on, he's like, just talking. He's like, yeah, I'm not really answering your question here, am I? And then just kept on talking about like sort of like said it in a nice way, but was like, I'm not gonna get.
But if you watch that 19, was it the 19 one when Fed had the match points on his serve?
Yes.
Yeah, the 19 one.
Yeah, 2019.
You watch a lot of those points. He's blasting that C area, blasting it
for on
into Federer.
Really?
Yep. It was the forehands and the backhands. Yep.
That's-
But anytime he's
That's
not pulling down the line, he's
just going there heavy, yeah.
I just think like I just kind of scaled it back to one of the biggest things he talked about was going forehand B to C or D.
Yes.
Forehand B to
Yep.
C or D.
Yep.
Just fluffing that ball up, he
Yep.
said, right?
Yep.
And then the next ball is A to A.
Yes.
And it's like, wow, it's actually kind of amazing how often you see it now.
Right? It's amazing what dude, he's got it down. The guy's got it down. It's like he's also funny, man. He's a funny dude.
Yeah, the
He's a
personality.
funny
Just
dude,
like,
man.
He's funny, but he also has he's got a ton of knowledge, of course, but he also has a little bit of swagger in terms of that knowledge, right? It's like, no, this is the way it is, and this is the way I want it to be. And
well, that's what he was saying is that he's like, I don't. Even if he's like, I don't need to convince him. He's like, there are numbers behind it. It's not like some of it is like you're just trying to talk someone into like this opinion you have. He's like, you can think it's my opinion, but by the way, here are proven numbers on this.
There's
like,
15 years worth of data.
Yeah. It's like
Were you surprised of that number of how many points in one shot?
Yeah.
Everybody was.
crazy.
Yeah. One. And then you see it.
yeah. We were downstairs the other day, and it happened
Yeah.
in
We're
we
watching.
watched what 6 points, 6 points.
I was trying to show this guy how the we're talking about like, man, the loop is disappearing so fast in today's game because of time.
You just
and
it's
we're
gotta be
trying
down.
to see a forehand, trying to see center's forehand, and we couldn't see it for like 4 or 5 points.
Yeah, it's like an ace. It's a double fault.
But then
A winner.
yeah, just quick. What do you think about that? What do you think about all those guys adjusting there?
In terms of strokes or
Yeah.
in terms of shot
Well, we're gonna go tactics.
tolerance?
Yeah, shot tolerance too. Yeah. Are you watching for that? Are you looking for the?
A little bit. Did you hear Zverev's comment where he said, I don't think it's tactics, or he just said that he's just hitting a better ball than we are. Talking about like Sinner, and probably Alcaraz too.
I mean, they're definitely tactically, man. They're like.
But of course it's tactical.
Yeah. Look at Alcaraz, like what he added to like the shape on the back end. He added like a lot of that type of stuff to create the depth. He's not going for it because the back end was pretty linear. It was like
Yep.
but now it's even on the forehand, he gets that shape going.
Well, it was funny. I listened to Roddick's podcast a lot.
Yeah, it's good.
And this was a number of episodes ago, but he was talking about being courtside, watching Sinner practice. And he's like, what gets lost on television is actually the volume of clearance that Sinner hits with.
Right.
Even though he's absolutely swinging out of his shoes, he's like, that ball is nowhere near the net.
Correct.
But the television makes it look like it's 4 inches from the net.
Yeah, you think because you almost see it 2D on
Yeah.
TV. You see it
Yeah.
from, but we talked about this.
Yeah, you
last
guys
time.
are talking about
That's
that.
right. Yeah.
It's amazing what those guys do with that shot. But also, man, what Sinner does like physically on. Dude, he does not give up that baseline. He's on top of it. He's like, have volley, 3/4 swing. I'm not going back. Just going right out.
The backhand, so
Yeah,
like
just take
quick
that.
and down,
Right, that's it,
lean
yeah.
into it, boom. Even his forehand, I mean, he rolls it back, but it's not like
There's no more.
yeah.
No more. Even Alcaraz dude, he gets it like a little bit and then brings it back. It's like Loop is starting to. I mean, someone they still have. Even they're talking about Feast, who by the way is fucking ripping. But he adjusted his forehand because his was too big too.
Right.
And he shrunk his.
I haven't
like-
seen him lately, but I saw the results. Yeah, I mean, he's.
I was
blasting
talking
some
with
people.
Bud about him, and Bud was saying that he lost in the off season. He took off 15 pounds.
Yeah, he was a
He was-
stocky.
yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
he was a beast.
He were. Yeah.
So I mean,
Well, he needed to. He was too. He was not meant for today's tennis.
right.
He needed to do.
Built like a running back for the
Yeah.
NFL though.
He's doing pretty good. Destroyed Tsitsipas, man. Did you see that match?
I saw the scores.
Tsitsipas was a crybaby there about like not seeing the ball or something. Like, come on, man. Come on, let it. Let's stay on a tour for a little before we get into some other stuff. Do you see now? We're talking top players. We're talking about the evolution of the game. How literally they have a coach for every aspect of the game. Physical coach, mental, technical. They bring technical for the parts they need. Tactical coach. It's insane. Now you have a team that's like, they have managers now to work all that stuff, so the coaches don't have to worry about like bookings, and it's a full team sport right now, man. With one, it's like Formula One. You have one driver, one car, and a team of 60.
Yeah, and I mean, as a side point, it's kind of like it's an example of the rich getting richer, right?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So the guys that experience the most success can bring on the most amount of help.
Correct.
The male or female, the players that aren't getting there, they might have a part-time coach. They might have a full-time coach. They might have a full-time coach and a part-time mental coach. Like, so it's, are we going to see, I mean, the top 100 is an example of this.
Yep.
Where you see the drop off from Sinner to Zverev versus Zverev to number 100.
Isn't that crazy?
It's so ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, is that just going to continue to widen?
Yeah. That's a
Right.
very good point.
Or do you think they'll start making this part of the programs?
I think they would at some point, because otherwise, how are you gonna build up your talent? How are you gonna create talent? I mean, federations are doing a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look at the Italians, right? They bring in stats guy,
That's where Craig came
Right.
in, yeah.
but federations have to help a lot, because if not, man, or countries, because if not, we know how expensive the sport is, man. Like, you're not gonna be able to afford a coach. Not even talking about like a mental coach, a stats guy, everything.
Well, how do you even? Yeah, I mean, how do you pay it if you're? I mean, you want to make a little money for yourself, too.
Yeah.
If you're winning, like
Of
where?
course.
I wonder where the cutoff is. Where like how
To get all
how
those
high-
things?
How
Yeah, right.
where do you have to be to where
be
you can
able to do
start?
it.
Where you can be like, all right, I can start carrying a team around me to
Yeah.
help me out with this.
Yeah, and like all right, I have a full-time coach. Now I'm making X amount plus.
Right.
What's my next coach?
Correct.
Right.
Okay, now I have two coaches.
Right.
Now who's that third coach?
Right.
Yeah.
What
What do I need most?
Is it my
Right.
technical guy? Is it my physio? Is it my mental guy?
That's got to be different for everyone, right? You pick
Right.
like where you feel like you need the most work, and then
Yeah.
you bring on that guy, and hopefully that guy makes a difference, and you make a little more money, and you're like, all right, now I bring on this guy, and then eventually you have an entire
A full box.
Yeah,
Right.
dude.
right, which it is. You see those guys, and they sort of pump up. There's like
Yeah.
18
Like, who was
people
that
up
guy?
there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's getting to be like we talked about it before, like how the stats and everything else. Now you have access to all of this, and dude, how about those guys that like? I mean, I'm so happy for Vachereau, man. That guy, like last year, what a nice story that is, right? But that was the guy who was like in the 200s and the 150s, right? And then finally break through, and now he's making strides. But like, dude, how long did that guy have to? He's what, 25, 27? I mean, he's not young, but talking about a machine, dude. That guy is
Yeah.
a cyborg. See him walk? You see that guy?
No.
He is massive.
A little bit, but yeah, I remember when.
and
him
what did he
Rinder
do that
catch.
made
He-
the difference?
So it was an alternate. He got in the qualifiers. Got to qualifiers. To the qualifiers. A big story at the end of last year. And then he won the tournament against his cousin in the final. It was a pretty cool story. But I mean, he had to do all of that, and now those points will let him for a year. And he's going there. He's going deep, man. Third,
he's
fourth
solid.
round. He's solid.
He's solid.
But how many more of those guys do we have?
Right.
They don't have that luck, or at least not yet.
Yeah.
Because, dude, you see those guys in the 200, 300, 400s, man. Like, they're beasts.
Did you watch that Landalus guy at all?
Yeah. Yeah, there's another example right there, right?
Looked pretty I mean, I didn't watch fully through, but I watched some of it, and
man.
he was he's a big beast, 6'4".
And the Belgian that got through too. Shoot.
Not Collignon.
Yes.
Collignon?
Yeah. I mean, that guy can rip.
Oh,
the ball
yeah.
too.
Yeah. He had a good run at the US Open last year, too. He
did.
He did
Okay.
probably good. Not a few rounds, but good. Yeah.
But like as you're sitting here talking about this stuff, and these individuals that the more successful ones are bringing on, X amount of coaches, 3, 4, 5+ coaches, right? You equate it to NHL, NBA, MLB, NFL.
Yeah.
Like you start taking an individual player and equating them to an entire team. Those teams, now granted, they're bringing in way more money,
Yes.
TV contracts, etc.
But are they? If you think about what a tournament brings, I mean,
maybe not on a per player basis,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But those players have access to several coaches.
Yes.
It's the head coach, it's the assistant coach,
Yeah.
it's the video person, it's the physio, the massage, blah blah blah. Like
All of that.
those the 4 major sports, and then you start tacking on sports like F1 and UEFA and things like that. Like those teams have access to multiple coaches.
I've been thinking about this and not on the notes, but ATP is expanding quite nicely. And we talked a little bit about it in the last one. And it's getting pretty big. I think they're getting to the point that they should do something for your horses, for the lower level. Like probably they are doing. I know they talk about doing some sort of salary, but dude, you gotta feed that.
No question.
You gotta feed them. You gotta, because that's. I mean, look, if you look at all the Grand Slams, how much money they make, and the tour itself is making a good amount of money, man. Every week there's something.
What are they talking about doing?
Doing some sort of like salary or something.
Djokovic has actually been a big proponent of this.
Yeah.
He's trying to can we please help out these players that are just trying to break even, essentially, right?
Yep.
It's give them some sort of head start so they're not, heading back to some.
So they have the opportunity to stick around long enough to maybe make something.
Exactly.
And the break-even point is what? Like one.
Somewhere there. Yeah, I honestly, it's today's prices and how much coaches cost,
Well, yeah,
and
that's
traveling
probably
and everything
right.
else. It's like,
Yeah.
could
What do you
be
think it
100.
is?
I mean, I remember reading articles a while ago, and I think they were talking. It was like a little over 100 or something
Yeah,
in the world.
somewhere there. Yeah.
Just to.
Really?
Mhm.
Well,
Yeah,
I think
I love this time of year. Like it's the first clay season, right?
Yeah.
It's not October, and
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just trying to gather some points if I can.
Correct.
It's the
This
first, like everyone's sliding around and getting red, and
Well, American players like to stay in Houston and just. I love the 4. Yeah, I looked at the first 4 seeds. Were like, who was it? Is Shelton, Teen, Tiafo, and I can't remember who. Maybe Tommy Paul. I mean, the 4 of them were the first top 4 seeds in Houston. But I got to give Shelton a good credit, man. He's been going on dirt quite a bit in the last few years because he knew he needs to learn to do that. All right, boys, let's shift to some of our stuff. Jay Ronan, let's talk about managing a club, buddy boy. Coaching. Let's get deep into that.
okay.
we had a nice prelim with Todd earlier.
Yeah.
Roll right
Yeah,
out.
Yeah.
you got to talk about that?
yeah. Somehow we got on that
The-
topic.
Yeah, made a transition from running a tennis program to running basically the whole club, right?
Yeah. So it's rackets, which include tennis, paddle, pickle, fitness, childcare, the pool, and our camp program in the summertime. So summer's crazy, but when it boils down to it, what I enjoy most is still being on the court.
Yep.
over the last few years where this role has allowed me to recharge my batteries in the winter versus rushing off to an indoor facility and grinding out 35 hours a week on the court. As I sit there and I recharge my batteries, it dawns on me that being on the court with people who genuinely want to get better is the part I enjoy the most.
Right?
Yeah.
It is. It's like,
It's true.
I don't know how many times you guys get asked this, but occasionally, a few times throughout the summer, I'll have a member ask, like, what's your favorite type of player to be on the court with, or what's your favorite kind of lesson or on-court instructional group? And my answer is always the same. I don't care about the level. I want to be out here with someone who wants to get better. That's it. That's all I want. I don't care about their level. I don't care about their athleticism. Right. It's their desire to get better. And the fun part is figuring out, okay, what clicks for you? Yeah. Like, what am I saying? What are we doing? How are we working together to get to have you reach your goal? Because if you want to get better, I'm on board.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm all in. So, my job forces me to wear a lot of hats. But the fact that I don't have to rush back indoors is
It's big.
It's big.
Yeah, having a little time off court makes you realize how much you enjoy being on court.
Yes.
Actually, because for a little bit, as certain hours, you can go through stretches or periods where you're on court so much, and it starts to become like a little overwhelming. But you sit down and do some of the stuff, or sit down and do office work, or answer enough emails, do something where all of a sudden you're like, Jesus, I just want to go hit some goddamn tennis balls and move around and help some. And that break is important. Yeah, actually.
Yeah, I mean,
balance, right?
Yeah, it keeps you from going on like autopilot.
Oh, big time. And it's something that Mike said way back when we were at Winchester, and I'll never forget this. Mike, he and I got on the topic of like hiring pros and staff and who are some of the better pros versus some of the weaker pros that he had on that staff and blah, blah, blah.
Name some names. We'll talk after.
A lefty bald-headed guy. Anyway. No, I knew it. Yeah. Mike has such a way with his words, right? And we've all learned this over the years. And Mike said, I want your last lesson on a Friday to be the same lesson that you teach first thing Monday morning. And I'm like, well, that kind of sums up our job pretty much, right? It sums up the grinders. It's like, you can't get to Thursday afternoon and just be mailing it in.
No.
Right.
No.
Right.
No, you're cheating yourself, man, of life and enjoying yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, let's not talk about Sunday morning clinics.
No, that one exclude Friday and Monday. That's it. Yeah. That's it. Dude, those Sunday morning clinics. Oh boy.
Leahy's episode.
Oh boy. That's
yeah. Especially as a young man, those lessons were hard to give. Hard to be there 100%.
What do you think makes a good tennis community?
Community in terms of
on the club.
Players?
Yeah, on the club,
Players?
everything.
I think you need a volume of people that are genuinely invested in what's going on. I think there needs to be good back and forth between the players and the people who are running that community. I think there needs to be a good relationship where the players have feedback that's productive, right? Mm-hmm. You can sit around and complain all day long,
of course.
But if you have staff that is willing to listen, and you have a community that has a certain percentage of people that say, what if we tried this? Have you ever thought about doing this? Can we have this event, right? You need a staff that's receptive to that stuff.
Yeah.
Right? And so I think it's on the shoulders of everyone involved, whether it's, it's got to be the management, the on-court people, and the people that are invested in terms of showing up and being there, right? You get all of those people in the right mindset, and you get all of those people wanting the same things, you've got a pretty successful community, which seems like you guys have here.
A lot of places do, and some people some don't. But I think you're right. I think you're hitting the nail on the head there, because it is a blend of the culture that you're creating, right?
Yeah.
But also, and we touched up on this last night, it's the facility as well. I think that's a big part.
Yeah.
Right. It's a been a culture facility. How do you maintain your spot? What image do you portray?
Of course. Yeah, no one wants to come hang out at a dump.
Correct.
Yeah.
Right. But unfortunately, we're falling behind in a lot of places. As a community of clubs, you go some clubs and it's you need a little update.
Well, it was like in the 70s, it was like booming and all these clubs were built. And then a lot of them, it's just, they stay busy just enough because there's a certain percentage of people that they're just going to go there to rent courts and play. Like, you don't necessarily have to you can stay in business and not really up your game and just have an old beat up facility and people are still going to show up.
Right.
But you won't have people after like having brunch and champagne and
it's not
it
the
makes
same
a place that wants to hang out.
It's not the same type of vibe that is, in our
absolutely.
club, where there's people here all hours of the day. Multiple, it's, constantly, it's an enthusiastic membership, but this is a nice place to be too, Well,
I think you guys too, like those events we used to do when we'd come in and play, like for our group, I mean, how often are we going to see other people in the club? Yeah. I mean, we'll see them, but we're not going to meet them.
Correct.
Right.
So those, we'll call them building events, right?
Yeah.
I met met so many people that I would probably
get a request to play with Seth.
Yeah, right. But that, kind of builds this fabric. So even though I'm not going to be, playing with these people every time I see them, hey, and then you have this.
It's an interesting balance.
It is funny how even members here, I'll hear them say that too, where I'll talk about one member to another, and they're like, I don't know that person. I'm like, oh, how do you not know that person? I feel like everyone here knows each other, but then we realize like, oh, they're an evening person. And there's like day people are even here. Yeah. Some people are here multiple times all day long, but like people fit in. They've carved out their own little, they're here at a certain time, a certain day. But then they have their whole little community of people that meet at that time too. Yeah. They don't even know that at 11:30 there's people popping champagne bottles and hanging out in the lobby and having a party at that. You know what I mean? It's like it's so huge that like you just think you're a little part of it, but it's happening.
It's big. It's
big. Yeah.
I was on Sunday with I came with River on Sunday. We were hitting a little bit, and it was South Shore versus North Shore. It was the last one of the season, and we're here, 10:30 in the morning. They were done. Of course, Murphy comes off the court, and Timmy Riley comes off the court, and Timmy Riley's like, "Where are the beers?" I'm like, you know what, buddy? They're right in the fridge. It's Sunday. It's 10:30. You just played. Go have at it. And that started like everyone's having beers at 11 o'clock in the morning.
How did that thing get started, that North Shore versus South Shore? Has that been going on for years?
For years. I think it might be a Bob McKinley like idea. But it was good. It was fun. It's a good one.
Yeah.
I got to get into that.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
South Shore guy now.
Oh, yeah, you are. You are. Oh, boy.
Yeah.
But to go back to your question, Rars, I mean, not to toot your guys' horn, but...
Toot it. Go ahead.
I mean, I would say that what I just described is here.
Yeah, no
right?
question.
You have ownership with Mike.
Yeah.
Right? And and then everyone else that's along with Mike, okay? You have an outstanding teaching staff. You have a really good instructional portion of your club. You have club participation just at the casual level, league play, junior program, blah, blah, blah. In terms of community, I think you guys pretty much stack up every category.
Well, thank you, sir.
It is when I do like evals with prospective members when I come, and that's the thing that I can say with like the most confidence. I'm like, from 3 years old to like 90 years old, we can offer you some, whether it's lessons from, you always, whatever level you're is, we can plug you in somewhere and then you can keep improving. Or if lessons aren't your thing and you want like league play, there's casual play. You just want to rent court contract time. There's like literally whatever you're looking for whatever age or level, we can kind of throw it at you, you know? Yeah. And there's an enthusiastic group of people that are going to like, welcome you with it because everyone likes new people coming in. It's like that is probably, I think, one of our greatest strengths here is that we can kind of offer. It's not like there's very few people that come in the door here where we're like, I'm not sure we can offer you anything.
Right.
You know, there's like, we're like,
you don't foresee someone walking through the door and be like, they're probably not here next year.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we're not looking for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But also that gets to the next point. There is that it's not that often talked about the business of tennis.
Yep.
That you have to maintain that balance of running a business, trying to be successful on that end, but also creating a product that people want and continue to want to play, continue to come improve, be part of it, and that's when you find that blend. Like every club should have a tennis menu, and I think we are headed towards that as a industry, and we should if we're not already there. Like, you have somebody come in, well, what are you looking to do? Yep. Are you looking to break a sweat? We have programs for that. Yep. Are you looking to be competitive? We have a league play for that. Are you looking just to have fun? We have game oriented. You're looking to get some lesson, improve yourself, to do something, to challenge yourself. That's so when you put that menu in front like that know what everybody wants, it's a little bit easier.
Yeah.
Because people are looking for different things.
Yeah. A little clarity to it.
Exactly. People still want to be in that learning mode. You still want somebody over 30 and they still want to feel like they can come and get better at something. Because you can get better at a lot of things. But a lot of people forget to do that, and now you enter into this like work-life mode where you don't spend any time for yourself to improve. But it's important to take care of yourself a little bit in that, and that's why some of those people are doing that. They're coming in and they're, hey, I want to get better at this. I want to play this level, and maybe next year if I get better, I play at that level. And that is, I think, what is one of the hidden gems of what we do. Like as an industry, you got to provide that. You got to provide that avenue for people to just, what do you want? What are you looking to do? This is your time.
Right. It's the simplest question to ask somebody when you first step on the court with them. It's, what are your goals?
Yeah.
Like, why are you here?
Yeah.
You know, are you here just for you and I to hit balls, or do you want to take where you are and be somewhere else in 2 years?
Correct.
Right. So it's the simplest question, but it yields the most information. It should yield the most information. So.
Yeah, I love that idea of like the tennis menu. We've been talking about that a lot lately, and just like not everyone wants to play in a league. Not everyone even wants to improve their strokes, right? They might just want to. Right. They're like, dude, no, I kind of know how to play enough. I don't need you telling me to change anything. I hold the racket like this. I just go out there. I just want to come out here and run around and play some games. So is it like a part of your program where people can just come and sign up and like games are run for them. Pro run games, you know, where they're like, where for an hour and a half you're running around, you're getting a little cardio, but there's a pro running you through it. They're pairing you up, you're hitting balls and that. Or it might be someone who's like, I want to really improve my backhand. So like, there's got to be a million different things you can offer. And it hasn't always, it's slowly getting there, but like typically it's not like that. You come in and people like, here's our program. This, you know, figure out a way to fit into this. You can either play on a team or you take lessons. And if you're not good enough to play on a team, you take some lessons, and you're good enough to play on a team and you do that. Yeah. Like there's so much more that can be.
It's got to be a hard question though, too, because I think a lot of people will come in and, you know, the pro comes out and says, you know, where do you want to be? And it's probably overwhelming. So what you guys do a good job of is, right, in the community as well, getting them involved, seeing what's going on, and then they can be like, hey, this is something I want to.
Yeah.
Everybody, you know, does this and so, but like we started last year. We started just slowly building up this 105. Then we started adding a cardio blend with games on a Sunday, and the response for those things, it was just so telling of just the joy of people just want to play.
Right. Yeah.
Play and move.
Not for the result, but just the play.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hit balls,
adults just
run
like
around,
kids.
Smile,
want to just play,
giggle,
an hour and a half. Everything
on.
Else is structured.
Yeah.
You know, if they're just like, let's run around and come, let us play games, and you don't have to tell me what I did wrong.
No, because we
just
can
call the score.
Yeah.
And find a new game and keep us running. And it's like, people love it.
They want to check out for 90 minutes.
Yeah. And there is a certain population that wants to improve something that's not, but those people even come and do the game stuff because maybe they play here where they're on a team and they're on a lesson. Like, you're in a team practice. After every point, there's a pro like, let me tell you what you could have done. In a lesson, it's constant. And they like it, but it's constant.
Right.
Like, you come in one of those programs, it's like a game. You're just like, there's music. You can't even hear what I'm saying because the music is up so loud.
Yeah.
You know, and they're like, this is fucking perfect.
Yeah.
You know?
I like just your idea from a presentation standpoint. As much as we live in an electronic age, here's our menu.
The menu.
These are the things that we offer.
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
What are you here for?
Yeah.
What do you like?
Yeah, pick
you
what
know?
you pick what you want.
Yeah.
Pick what you want.
Crab
Fun,
rangoon
workout.
or-
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's and we have to think like that as we get a little bit older. I worry is not the right word, but I am starting to pay a little bit more attention of the future of tennis clubs because it's our business and it's
Indoor clubs, particularly.
well for in our zone, yes, in our area. I mean that's where, yeah, I'm thinking mostly of. But it's important for everyone as an industry not to fall behind. We've been talking about technology and all that stuff that we should bring it. It's not for everybody, but for a 27-year-old that wants to play tennis or a 30-year-old wants to play tennis, technology will be a driving point there. Maybe not for a person in their 60s or 70s. They also might like it too. So I'm a little bit kind of keeping an eye on because we're still keeping the tennis clubs the way they were in 1970s, and I think gotta be a little bit more of a push towards.
So when you say technology, what do you mean? You're not just talking rackets and strings.
No. I'm talking full technology. We talk about systems like Zenith or any other system that we'll look into.
That sounds crazy. I was listening to
seen
that.
that?
I mean, are you kidding me?
Oh yeah, it's amazing.
Explain that a little bit. It's
So
hard
it's
hard
a
to
system
even.
that, so it's this device that you put on the side of the net, right? And it's go ahead. It's a device you put on the side of the net, and you basically you got real time stats. You're serving, your net clearance, your scoring, if it's in or out, everything. It's so much that you can do with that type of stuff. Right, so that right now that changes.
And video, and it can
videoing
you, so you can video
QR code,
video the match,
everything.
Yeah,
right?
give you all your stats like they
Everything.
track on TV or something like that. That's on your
You can watch
mounted,
it. You can do whatever. You can go
mounted
QR
right
code,
on your
get
court.
Your match, get your stats, get everything.
It actually said you can set up somehow
targets,
do some target type
That's easy.
practice
That's
all this. Yeah. I mean, unbelievable.
So we have to start looking at that.
Yeah.
set up on each court.
On each court.
You know, so a kid could rent a court and they can hit some serves. They can have their serve clock. They could set up some target. They could play a match and look teach. Never mind even a teaching tool. Just two people renting a court could have a ball with that.
The
right?
metric. I remember Woburn Racket. Yeah, when we had a little gun that would sit on the net,
Right.
and the kids would go nuts. I mean, just what
Numbers,
it created
yeah.
just to be able to oh,
Yeah. And any future, kids coming up, that's the language they speak, is that stuff. So having it on the court even makes it's a draw for them. It makes them more excited to be on the court. Again, maybe they're hitting balls off the curtain, but they want to see how hard am I hitting this ball. And then, that even grabs them. And then they want to be out here. And then once they want to be out here, now it's like it starts to happen. But even as a teaching tool, just to have all that stuff right on the court to be able to, because sometimes you have those conversations with people, but to be able to yes, be like, we're gonna go to the video right now and see, and they're like, what? And you just, I don't know. That is it's mind blowing that's even for $10,000. I'm like, it's amazing you can even have it. There's even a price that you can pay to have that on the court.
It sounds very reasonable almost,
honestly,
compared to TrackMan, right?
I think TrackMan goes for
40, 50?
25K.
Oh, is it 25? Okay.
What is TrackMan?
So TrackMan, if you're in a golf simulator, or you can set it up if you happen to be at the driving range.
Okay.
Right? Depends on the facility that you're taking a lesson from. But it's essentially like a glorified iPad that sits behind you and tracks your golf swing, what the club face looks like at impact, what the path of the swing went, ball speed, club head speed, and then it starts getting into the path of the ball,
Okay.
Talking about like where the industry's going, I think we need to go that way. Just no. We need to go to the point where.
Well, there's really kind of no choice, right? It's happening
You have to.
everywhere. It just kind of has to.
And at the end of the day, you're still preparing for this real life chess game that we play. That's challenging your mind. That's challenging your physicality. That's challenging your mental toughness. That's what tennis is. That's when you compete, and that's what you want. You want to get pushed, man. That's the beauty of it, right? Isn't that why we're still obsessed with it, right? Honestly, like think about it. And people getting in, and just like it's this thing that's it's always giving. You think you got something, and then somebody else comes in and has an answer to that. Like, God damn it! Yeah. How do I do that? All right, Karen, why are you still obsessed with tennis? Let's talk about getting better with age, buddy boy. You know what I want to talk about?
Kane
You
is
like
a fine wine.
Yeah, he is like a fine wine. How the heck do you balance? Like, you're not in the industry. You were, but you're not in the industry anymore. Playing at this high level, dude, like super high level, but have a different job, have a family, young kids, all that. Like, honestly.
Yeah, I think kind of like what you've talked about. I think it's when I do get to come down here and play, I'm excited. Like I feel like I'm a little kid, so it's completely here's my playtime.
Yeah.
You know, it's not it's another Thursday or whatever. It's here's a match, here it is. You know, it's something I certainly still follow a lot, and I talk about it a lot, but when it comes down to it, I'm like, all right.
That's kind of where the community comes in a little bit, though, too, is like you have guys that you can play with, but like you have something in common with right there. Even if off the court, like maybe you don't have that much in common with them, but at least you have like tennis. So you have like a group of guys that is also fun to come out and hang with after you play, you know?
For
so
sure.
It keeps you, like, you know, just outside of the sport. It's like there's you don't want to hit tennis balls and then hang out with a group of assholes after. You know what I mean?
Question.
Yeah.
And you can get better to like very late in your life. And then also maybe even as you age, learn to like adjust your game as you age a little bit.
Better.
Good weight frame.
We could wait for it. Exactly.
Right. Yeah, besides keeping you in tip-top shape, just like also figuring out just ways to...
It hits so many boxes, man.
Yeah.
Doesn't it? When you when you stay and think about it, it hits so many boxes on that. Just physicality, you got to sweat. That's a given. If you do it right, you can. You have to be present. You cannot think that ball's gonna hit you in the face if you're not. It's fast enough that you cannot dilly-dally. Yeah. So you're present there. You're challenged. You have to solve a puzzle. You like that. It's like and then you have the social aspect too.
Yeah.
You know, it hits the competitive part, but also have the social one. Then you have.
Yeah.
It's this hidden gem that we.
Well, and the fact that you can just keep doing it. There's a lot of sports that eventually, I mean, you can, you know, hang in there in a lot of sports to a certain age, but eventually you're like, dude, I'm going to wreck my body doing this, or I'm going to get...
Pick up basketball.
Yeah, honestly. Or like doing like, and again, you can get some tennis injuries, but like you can really slow the game down as much as you need, and you can be out there with, you know, at 85 and be out there with a bunch of other 85-year-olds and just like maybe knocking the ball, but still, it's funny, you'd see that, you know, sometimes you can see those seniors playing on a court, and you're like, man, they're not really moving all that much. You see them, and they are, though, you see them off a court, and you realize what being on the court does for them, just the way they bend over or pick something up or this or that. Like on a court playing a sport, maybe you're like, oh, they've lost a step or two. But in life, when they're just like bending over to tie their shoes, is like right there. There's the payoff, you know? Yeah. I always say, we have so many older members here that I'm like, it amazes me. Like, it's such a good advertisement for it. I'm like, I would have no idea. Sometimes they'll be like, do you know I'm 87 years old? And I'm like, what? They're like saying that while they're bent over.
Yeah.
And then they get up and they walk and they throw a bag over their shoulder and like, all right, I'm headed out the door. I'm going to go for a jog after my hour and a half tennis I just played, you know? And you're like, whoa, dude. It's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
You see people of that age outside of this sport and they look different.
It's different.
Way different. Way different.
Yeah.
You're what, 62?
Just turned 50. I think it's something that, gets the blood boiling too a little bit. I mean, even though we're not smashing rackets and, you don't show it really, but
It's competitive.
it gets, you get a little ticked out there.
Yeah.
Of course, man.
Yeah.
And I think that kind of,
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Gets-
part of it. No doubt.
course.
Yeah.
It's and you get to do it. I said this. I was talking to Arrow a little while ago, and everybody's definitely do it for the competitive aspect. So for like personally, what I am right now on the stage, and I have been for the past few years, is just I actually enjoy to play a match because it's the highest level of challenge. But I enjoy playing that match because I want to. What can I create from that situation? It's not
no
the
question.
score. That's my challenge. Not if I'm winning or losing, is can I make that backhand volley down the line off a rip return past the net player? Yeah. And that to me is it's winning fine. I can go back cross court and I can put the next ball away or whatever it is, and you win the pass. I have the winning pass. It's fine.
I just want to point out that this is the creative side of the table. This is the grunt side.
Yeah, I was just going to say.
All right, go on.
Yeah.
So finish up your thought, though, Rob. That was great for me and Kevin.
I would kill for a fucking win. Jesus Christ.
Creative? I don't know what
I
creative
totally
is.
agree because
Right?
that's, going for like a crazy angle.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
And I'll try it 5 more times. And I fail it 5 more times, but I'm like, I'm gonna play the next match. I'll try that again off the same situation because that's the next challenge that will be fun for me to achieve. Yes, the win too. That's okay, but you get to a point like all right, give it to me, and I want that once. Can I make that shot? Right? Isn't that fun? To me, that's the fun right now.
Jay would never get mad at me when I missed a little.
No, because it's fun to watch.
Seth's hitting 85% of the balls. That's why. I'm going to serve and return. You do the rest.
I don't do any of that, but
Yeah. You're more of a forehand cross-court
Like,
guy.
every time. Short and then maybe.
well, for our
wide,
group
and then
too,
deep, short and
I
wide,
think
and
the
then
fun
deep.
of it is we know each other so well.
Yeah.
So you have these matches and
You know what's coming. You go to level 7.
it's
Is he gonna try this? Am I gonna do this? Yeah.
Isn't that a mind fucking fence? You're like, I know he knows
Yeah.
what I'm going to do, so I need to choose something, but he knows
Yeah.
I'm choosing. That's like, dude, get smoke out the ears right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
toss over the head, his kick serve out wide. Wait, if he's doing that, that means he's gonna slice
right.
it down the tee. But no, he knows that I'm gonna. He knows that I'm gonna slice it,
Yeah,
so he's
yeah,
gonna go back to the.
exactly.
How many times have I missed a serve and when I look at it, you're like, you knew that. It's fun, man. But that's Ronan, where are you in the Kev too, actually? Like in the teaching and technique versus pattern play.
In terms of pattern play, I would say most of my audience is doubles players.
But do you work a lot on patterns with them, or do you mostly technique to execute a certain shot?
With the doubles players that I coach, I would say probably more toward pattern play.
Pattern play.
With the juniors that I teach, just simply because we've got a very healthy junior program, but our junior program is more, our biggest audience is like pre-high school. So like those kids, at least in my opinion, those kids are still,
Yes.
you need some better technique before we start really
Right.
diving into things beyond cross-court forehands, making an approach shot, knocking off a volley kind of thing. So I would say we spend a little more time on technique with our juniors and more time on patterns with the doubles players. I would say in terms of our team practices, we try to create an environment where if you really want a lesson to work on your technique, we're going to give you enough information, and then it's up to you to kind of pursue that lesson is probably the best way for me to explain that.
Yeah.
Yeah, technique is a tough thing to work in a group.
Yeah, and I'm not holding information back. It's more, I have 9 seconds to give you information before you're dying to play the next point.
Correct.
So
9, dude.
Here's
It's so long. Or if there's other people out there now, they're way like.
Yes.
It's such a. I mean, you can give quick technique tips, but it's such a personal thing. People are at such different points and need to hear and need to be talked to a different way that there's no way you can properly get in there with someone
With a group.
and in a group lesson. There's going to be 6 people waiting behind them. Like, dude, what are you doing? You know?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a tricky one, right? Because the technique is basically your tools that you build the house with, your strategy, your tactical and your strategy. And it's a fine blend between the two.
We need a certain level of proficiency before you can even like, especially any more advanced strategies. Like the better your technique is, the better you'll be able to implement.
The more options you have.
Yeah, some of those strategies.
Let's shift to juniors a little bit. What's that right blend of when do you introduce competitive? How do you introduce it? Right. That is because it's so individual, and right. It's like you take that veil of what was that? Of individual achievement off, so they don't feel bad if they lose or win, because it's not a team sport.
Yeah, it's different losing in an individual sport than it's a team sport. Team sport,
Oh,
you're all together and you're like, boy, we didn't have it today. But in an individual sport, you're like,
so for a kid, it's like 7 or 8
on the court by yourself. You know, no doubt, no doubt.
Yeah.
That's why you kind of have to introduce it somewhat early enough, because you kind of got to just learn to take. You're not going to win every match you play, and there's something like you got to, through experience, just kind of learn how to take your lumps out there occasionally.
But where's the line?
That's hard, because the success is I guess depending on the kid. I think it's who's behind you chirping in your ear.
When do you?
Kids don't have mental coaches. Well, the parents are. So if you don't have someone kind of guiding you a little bit, that I don't know.
Yeah, I think even with some of that, kids are just everyone's wired different, dude. People can be telling you this, they can be telling you that, but like you're wired a certain way, even from a very young age. To just, some people are cut out to they can, even in like a team sport, like some kids are cut out to be a goalie, and they can handle letting a few balls go by them and they're still out there, and like, other kid lets 1 goal and he's
done.
That's it. He's like, I can never play this sport again,
Yeah, because you feel the failure and all the pressure.
Yeah. I mean, tennis is like, that's, every point is like that. It's just you out there, you can learn it, but there are some kids that just are built to like
Are we
compete.
operating on an old system of thinking it's either competitive or nothing? Again, what if we have that menu for the kids too?
So when you say competitive, are you talking like USTA's, UTRs, or are you talking
just league
North
play.
Shore Junior League?
Yeah.
Like you're talking as scaled back as that.
I'm talking as scaled back as that, but I'm talking like when it's not your when now you're making your weekend about that. It's not just one match. When you're making like a more of a serious commitment to that. But
I think to kind of summarize what these two were saying, it's you really have to know your audience.
Yeah.
It's okay. Here's my junior program. Okay. And I watch these kids go out and they practice and, we do stroke stuff. We do strategy stuff. And let's say there's 16 kids. Okay. A 1-to-4 ratio. It's on those pros to know their audience. And it's
Correct.
like you're watching these kids, not just from a technical standpoint, from a strategic standpoint, but you're also watching them from a reactive standpoint.
Yes.
It's, all right, I'm pretty sure Johnny is going to cry if he loses any point whatsoever. He is not ready. He's not ready for North Shore Junior League. Right. He is nowhere near ready for a UTR.
Right.
Versus, Sarah so-and-so. Sarah's like, okay, how come I just lost that?
Yeah.
Right.
Tell me
Right?
what. Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, my grip. I didn't get my grip over. I know my grip was off. That's why I missed it. Right? She's not super analytical. It's more she's just aware and competitive in a healthy degree. And it's like, hey, Sarah, what are your parents doing after this lesson? Let's start talking about some competitive situations.
Right.
So I think it's part of what makes a good pro is you have to know your audience.
Right. And maybe more important in like the, a certain level where they're advanced clinics, all those kids already want to be there. There's definitely a certain, our quick start clinics here where you have kids of all ages that are now from, 3 to 12 that they're newer to the sport. Some kids are new to the sport and are actually looking to, they already know I want to keep playing or they've gotten better fast. There's a certain section of kids that are just, it's an after school activity.
Yeah.
They want to, maybe their parents are forcing them to be there to get some exercise. Maybe they just want to be there because they have a friend that's in a class, or the parents like, look, you got to do something. And they're like, all right, well, I want to do tennis. Like, there should be nothing forced on those kids. It should be, if you're here to just have a good time and play something like that's
fair enough.
You should,
Correct.
No,
which is hard to do sometimes as like a teaching pro. Like you just want to get in there, and like it's easy to be like, what is this kid not responding to everyone? They're like, that's not what they're looking for.
No, they just.
And
show
then
up in
at the end, at the games, they're like, they're like ready to go, and then you're like, all right, well, this is what this kid wants, which is part of like we were saying earlier. You just got to give people. Part of what we want to do is like give people what they
What do you want from this?
Correct.
Because this
it's so
gives
easy
you
to
a
think
lot.
like this is what I'm supposed to do. Like you're here to.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm here to teach you tennis.
Correct.
I used to, even in beginner classes, at the end of every class, I'd pick one kid, and I'd drop him right from the clinic, and I would send a message to the rest of the class. No, I wouldn't do that. But it is. There's I don't know, especially with the people that are just. It's an after school activity. Who am I to be like, dude? You're not paying attention to your grips out here.
Right.
Kid's like, dude.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm
it goes
here
back
to-
to his idea of the menu, right?
Right.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
menu.
When are we?
If I'm the waiter and I love steak tips,
Yeah.
right? Everyone at that table better have steak tips.
Right. Yeah. You're getting the fish.
Hold on, there's a vegetarian at the table, or whatever.
yeah.
It's just like you can't force feed them this information.
Correct. It's again, you just give
No,
them
it's
different avenues for that.
It's
and
frustrating. That's the worst. It's frustrating for them and you.
Correct.
Once you're like, all right, this is what you want. Here.
You wanted the salmon? Well, here you go.
Yeah.
That's again our job to figure that out and kind of work with the parents, what type of kid you're dealing with. It's not easy, man.
No.
It's not easy because there's a lot of things you got to take into consideration. You might have kids that are like super analytical. You might have kids that are just not competitive yet.
Right.
They might get that, and
Right.
when they will. But I keep coming back to this. The competitive part is not the end goal. It's just one side of that sport, of our sport. It's tend to be put at the pinnacle because it's the one that gives you more money, and it is obviously. But you can just play it because you want to play it.
Yeah, except compared to other sports, there's always games being played.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Most kids that play soccer, they're playing a game. They're not just like them and their buddies going out to just kick the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
I mean,
even
that can
doing- yeah,
happen.
you
or
don't-
do
you-
it,
you-
but
even
like
doing a
everything
clinic,
else
yeah,
you're
you would
doing,
never-
you're
It's always part of the.
It is. It's just like that's the way. It's all sports are kind of set up like that. That's actually what the Quick Start program has done better. Is like it lets kids who are 8 and under use a ball and a net that they can actually start playing point because they ask you right away. They're like, when can we play?
Yeah.
Before that, your answer was like 4 years.
Yeah. No, I hear you.
I need
go
you to
this
stand in
topic.
line and just get back in line, practice your
This is like
strokes.
the top of the
Yeah.
game. You're
Talk
going to
to me
hit
in
one
4
ball
years. Yeah, but
75%
now,
of the time.
like they can play very quickly. Everywhere else they're going, they're playing. It's happening.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the way it's set up. I mean, tennis is actually, I feel like, I don't know. Isn't that one of the sports that you can actually go out and not play more than any other one and just actually hit and
Correct.
really enjoy it?
There's
Yeah.
people that just love to do that.
No, I hear you. Like I've listened to a ton of these episodes, and I hear you go on this rant all the time, and I couldn't agree more. I watch under 8 hockey. It doesn't look like Connor McDavid,
Right.
right? These kids
Right.
can't do anything relative to an NHL player.
But
Here they are playing
Yes.
4-on-4 hockey.
Yeah.
Right? There's a clock, there's a scoreboard,
Yeah.
there's blah, blah, blah. Right?
In fact, if you're younger, are you even less concerned with your skills? You just want to play. That's all you want to do.
You do not want to listen to coach at practice. I can.
Right. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
Be out there. Let's get to the scrimmage.
Yeah.
Forget
that's another
the
thing. You
drills.
have different types of kids, right? There's some of them that just want to learn the technique. We try to teach them the technique, and then some of them just want to compete with whatever they have,
Right.
and then develop that. Like,
Yeah.
dude, look at Medvedev. Like, whoever his coach was in juniors, I think that guy was a genius. He said, I'm not going to fight this kid
Go ahead.
to fix his...
Go. Yeah.
Do you, buddy?
Yeah.
You know, it's like, no, this guy wants to win. This guy's going to hit every ball back. You figured out a way, and he did. And look where he's at, right? It's like, that's a perfect example of that. Like, that coach is like, hey, dude.
Hopefully, he also told him that no one would want to watch him, but
That's okay. I mean, I watch it to see, like, how the heck did that happen? See you see all those things, but he's doing it. So it's I guess everybody's different, but like, because you try to perfect that guy's forehand, he can't. He cannot do that,
Yeah.
right? Oof. All right, let's dive into a big one. Parents. Role of parents. With the
I'll let
kids.
Seth start.
Kevin's the boss here.
In what? In as far
And development of the kids, and then getting him
Well,
to support them. Actually, I'm talking
just, how about
when they
it's
get
so easy? How about just be a parent?
correct. And we're
Don't be
talking.
a coach.
And Gav was telling me that's from
there's
the
certain
professional.
things you can do. I mean, obviously, you can, you want them to work hard enough. You can do, you can pass on messages like that. But otherwise, like, and I had an easy time doing this. I'm like with my kids in any sport, I would give some feedback after they were asking, but I was always just super supportive. I'm always like, I make fun of my mother because when I was done, when I was a kid, I'd play. She was always like, you played wonderful. I'd get in the car with my father, and he'd have like a list, and he'd want to go through all this stuff, this and that. And I always make fun of him. He wouldn't even know if I won or lost. But
Correct.
I kind of turned into that, actually. I'm like, with my kids, watching them, it's like, the only thing that I would say on top of would be the effort they were putting out there, or how much they were practicing that sport. And then if they were complaining about their performance, I'd be like, well, let's try to look, we can make some connections here. You really didn't practice that much, you didn't do this, and now the result wasn't that good. Like, okay, let's try practicing a little bit more and doing this. Yeah, we can figure out. I get on that, but like other than that, like, I don't know. I wanted like, I just, you always want, at least for me, I wanted to be like their biggest support system there was. So they knew like it really doesn't matter. And honestly, in the end, even they didn't try that hard, I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I want you to try hard, but like in the end, none of this stuff makes a difference to what I'm going to support you with, Yep.
And your regrets?
With what, my kids?
Well, no. Well, parenting.
Parenting?
That would be your kids. Yeah.
No, I think I've hit it out of the park. No, I mean, no, I don't think so. I mean, I don't know. They're both, they both drink heavily. So I don't know. I mean, have I done it? Yes. No.
They are great kids.
I do
They're
think
great
that.
kids.
I do
I'm just,
think that. Like that is honestly like just be, which I think most parents try to do.
Yeah. Some
get maybe a little gets lost out there. Like they're trying to be supportive, they just don't know how to do it. But like that's all I ever wanted to do. And in there, especially in the sports, give me a break.
You give a lot of parents credit because a lot of times they don't realize they're blinded by their own desires of achievement. It comes from love. They want their kid to achieve something, but I think they're blinded by it, man. And we see it. We see it a lot. We all see it through.
Yeah, I would say in a partial way, I'm guilty as charged, and it's not a boy versus girl thing. So Ian's the oldest, and then he has two younger sisters, right? And so I would say that when Ian was first playing hockey, I was definitely harder on him than the girls. Partially because of or mostly because of the fact that over those first few years that he was playing, I started to kind of like listen to certain podcasts and like try to like take on information, blah, blah, blah. And ultimately what a lot of these things were just saying was kind of what Kev was saying. It's when they get in the car, tell them that you enjoyed watching them play. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
Just tell them you had fun watching them play. And I think...
Which can actually be hard to do.
100%, right? Especially if you know anything about the sport.
Of course.
Right? So I pride myself on knowing a lot about hockey, and unfortunately Ian was on the brunt side of that. And then I finally realized, like, okay, the kid just wants to know that we enjoyed watching him play.
Right. Yeah.
And so I kind of took that on with the girls, and I think the girls' journey has been more enjoyable. Ian loves playing hockey, or loved playing hockey, but I think the girls have been able to enjoy it even more. It's kind of the best way I would describe
Pull up Ian's email he sent us. Go to that now.
You got a mailbag?
Yeah, let's go to the mailbag. That is true, though. Like, there's no doubt, even if they don't say it, like, they just want to, like, they just want to please us. They just want to know that we're proud of them and we like what they're doing.
What's the cutoff?
And they don't understand that it's so easy to do that.
Like, till what age?
That what?
In terms
They
of
just want to know that
relationship?
their parents like what we did.
Well, I mean,
I think that goes to a certain, when they're young, for sure.
I think some of it also has to do with the athletic knowledge of the parent, though. Like
Yes.
if you're the GM of IBM and you're trying to teach your kid lacrosse, it's kind of like, Dad, I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
well, that's the worst offense is when you know nothing about the sport and then you're trying to, which by the way, I feel like tennis is one of those, like most men and women, like they played basketball as a kid, they played soccer, they did this. Not everyone played tennis. It's just not that popular of a sport. You know what I mean? So, and there's like, that's the worst part is now if you haven't played that sport and now you have any type of expectations you're trying to lay on a kid where you don't know what you're talking about. Because now, like, not only is it heavy for them, they're also they're like, this dude doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about, which, like, now it's even worse, you know?
Well, look at year over year working at any type of tennis facility. The parent who drags their child into the tennis facility and says, so my child's been unsuccessful at basketball, lacrosse, soccer, hockey, boxing, blah, blah. So we just figure tennis probably makes a ton of sense. And it's like, you picked one of the most athletic sports out there.
Right. Yeah, they don't have teammates around to mask their unathletic ability. It's just going to be them out there, you know?
Boy, that's that's definitely.
I actually quit when the girls were younger. There was when Bella was, I don't know, in like 7th grade. She was playing like junior basketball, and they have tryouts, and then they have like an A team, a B team, and a C team. And they're the team that she made, they had no coaches for. So like a few of the parents were like, you coach tennis, you should coach basketball.
Yeah, of course.
And I'm like, what? And they're like, you're a coach, you should coach basketball. I'm like, this shows me how little you all know about coaching, because I coach tennis. I don't know enough about basketball to get any of the basics across to these kids. And number two, like I want to be a parent there. I coach all fucking day.
Yeah.
I just want to sit, and I don't even want to have to ride my kid on about that after doing that. I just want to sit and enjoy it. But they were literally like, you're a coach, you can do that. I'm like, all right, great. Like, I don't know. Yeah. I wouldn't be able to run I wouldn't even know where to I didn't play basketball. I'm going to run a basketball practice?
Look at my sky hook.
I want to see you shoot a hoop.
I'm like, I have the basketball, and I'm like, so this is a semi-Western. They're like, what is this guy talking about? I'm like, an Eastern? We have the Continental. They're like, dude, this is wrong sport.
It's funny you say this. Just 2 weeks ago, I had a dad from Caroline's hockey team tell me that he's coaching a football team, and he needs a defensive line coach, and asked if I was interested. Nice. And I said, I know nothing about football.
Right. Yeah.
I watch it on TV sparingly, but I know nothing about football. And he's like, no. You coach all the time. And I'm like,
different.
Never mind.
Yeah.
I'd be worried about that guy as the head coach.
Right. They just want you as the
I'd be worried about
We already have the physio.
There are some crossovers, yes, but like, I don't know. It is. But
the assumptions people make.
I was probably overly supportive. I literally turned to my mom. I was like, you guys play great. And they're like,
Yeah, but
Girls
it's
would be
fine,
like,
but
we
they-
got
they-
killed,
but-
but I'm like, I don't care. I enjoyed watching you.
Correct.
Are you asking what my marker of this game was? My marker was I enjoyed coming down and watching you play. Did we
learn in this? And
Yeah.
struggle or not struggle, whatever it is.
even
but
sometimes where they were in the season? My parents were like, oh, we're playing Bedford. Yeah, their power rank. I'm like, what? I don't even know what. I'm like, I'd be like, oh yeah. Like I know what I'm talking about. I don't. I just wanted to watch them. I really outside of that, I didn't even. I'd be like,
wanna be
who's the
part of
girl
their
with the
journey.
brown hair? And Eric would be like, that's Cynthia. She's been on her team for 8 years. I'm like, oh, I guess I don't even watch anyone else. I just watch what my girls are up to when they're on the field. That's all I wanted to see. You know?
I've gone consecutive years coaching youth hockey teams, never checking the standings.
Right.
And I'm the head coach.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And the parents are coming up to me saying, you see where we are? I'm like, I have no idea.
yeah,
Right.
I'm just working to develop.
I just want them to get better. That's all I care about.
Hockey parents or tennis parents? Who's worse? Because hockey parents, they can pack a punch too.
That's a
no?
tough one. I'm going to plead the fifth right now. Not knowing who the audience is.
No.
I think any sport that is individual, the parents are automatically way worse.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I think
what else
I am in agreement with a lot of it, but I feel like even Margot already is like calls bullshit on that.
She needs that though.
Calls bullshit on what?
Oh, you like coming because I'm your daughter.
She wants.
But don't you?
She's gonna be just turned 11.
But don't you?
She's always.
Oh, I do. But she's you know her. Yeah,
She wants you to come along with in her journey, which is, I want to win. I want to get this done.
Yeah.
She wants you to be like, okay, well, I need your help too.
Right.
I get this.
But
love.
that's it.
Yeah, I
She's
get
like,
this.
I know that. I don't
you
need
just-
to. I don't need to hear that. But
got that.
It's different. Like we all
This
said,
kid was like,
it's different on the
just-
kid.
Dude, I've seen her so many times. She's like, no, I'm doing my own thing. Like, she left the beach there. Where are you going? I'm going.
Yeah,
Yeah.
doing like jump. Remember
Yeah.
on the rocks when we were bumping around.
Yes.
Like this kid's gonna fall off the rocks, and I'm gonna have to jump down there and crack my head open.
You want to know one thing? I think her challenge is different, and she wants you to come along with her on that because she's on a different. She wants something different.
Yeah, it's different.
I don't know. It's tricky, man.
That's
But
like knowing your audience in a tennis clinic. Even kids, two of the same people make them. You're like,
Yeah.
we both same ingredients here,
Yeah.
but you're like, wow, does this take a lot of different jukes to raise the same? You know, kids made from the same people, but like they're all. This is like books on raising. People are like, oh, read a book on raising a child. You're like, am I raising your child? Who wrote that book? Because my child is way different than that right there. Like, what a silly thing to write
it's
a book
definitely
on.
part of the recipe there when you are developing a player, and could be tennis, could be hockey, could be. It's and you look at our sport, and you have two of the greatest ever was, and Nadal and Federer. The parents were fully
Hands off.
Right.
Yeah.
right. They were
Yeah.
just like, no, I'm not getting involved with this, right? Djokovic, to some extent,
Can you
Had
find
that
though
been after
any
the 60s?
hands? I mean, for every hands-off parent could you find?
correct, but you look at the two
Same.
most successful, right? And you can argue that Djokovic, having his dad in the first part of his career, being so involved, might have hurt him, and then something happened at some point, and they stopped coming and they stopped doing that. So there's something to be said about that. Like,
Yeah.
when those guys knew, like Nadal, his dad was like, no, your uncle's your coach. I'm just watching you.
Yeah.
Suffer with you. I'm on your side. Federer's the same, dude. Like, with his parents. So there's something to be said about like letting the coaches coach.
Yeah. Isn't it more enjoyable
Of course it is.
as a parent too to just be a parent and not be a coach and have to ride them and have to worry about all those things? Then I don't know.
Entering that state now with River, but like I will nothing want to just watch him, not
Right.
coach or anything like that. When we play tennis, we play on Sunday. Like don't teach him one thing. Just rally.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're serving, I'm serving. Let's hit that. Let's do it together. So play. Because other than that, like, I don't want to be like, oh, you gotta hit this shot. Like, you're going to figure out if you want to, right? But it's part of our journey as adults, as a parent, to learn from that. You talk about Ian there, but that's part of your understanding of how to deal with stuff.
Sure.
Right? So that's fine. I mean, Ian hates hockey. He told us.
Yeah. Don't you just naturally not want to listen to your parents on that stuff too, which like makes your job even harder as a parent coach? You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or maybe if you have a certain level of, I don't know, like was Ian open to your tennis coaching you would ever give him, just because he's like, well, it is my dad, but he can play at a certain level, so I guess I should pay attention.
I would say he's probably more open to my tennis instruction than he would be my hockey. Oh, really? But it's weird now for me, for the girls. So I coach the high school team for the girls now. So now I'm in this weird position that I will actually coach my girls from the time they were like U8s until they graduate high school. So like they don't have a coach that like, it's like, okay, Dad, it's time for you to shut this off and just be my dad. It's my dad is actually my coach from the time I was 7 until the time I was 18.
Yeah.
So it's weird.
What? They're not in high school yet, are they?
Tess is a sophomore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sure. Just grab me whatever.
It's got to be pretty special, though.
I'll take a little ice.
It's so fun, dude.
It
is so fun. So they'll be teammates next year for the high school team. Because they allow, and this goes for a lot of public schools. Actually, this goes for a lot of schools now for girls ice hockey, because the numbers don't support across the board. So they allow middle school players to play on the high school team. And in our city, they allow 8th graders to play with the high school kids. So Caroline will be an 8th grader next year.
And you still get 4 years of playing in high school.
You get 5 years, technically.
5 years. You can play 4 years in high school and 8th grade. Yeah. Thank you.
All right, let's go with the coaching teams, coaching players. Right balance between teaching and coaching, and in a way managing too, right? Because you got to wear many hats, and you don't realize that when you get into business that you're a teacher to some point, to some extent, for some kids, right? But then you have to help them work those tools that you gave them in a match. So that's the coaching comes into play. And then the big part of it is like the managing life outside. We're talking about juniors, right? All that stuff. Let's dive into that. Okay, how do you deal with it?
I'm not sure I have anything for that yet. I'm going to pivot and see where this conversation goes. Well, I don't know. What do you?
No, I'm just saying, like, do you like always you move the line of like how far you go with the teaching? Let's just talk with a junior,
okay?
Right, because we're juniors. How far do you? Where's your line? Like, okay, this kid is ready to compete here. Or like, are you a perfectionist on like we need to make sure we get his forehand perfect and get his backhand perfect and his serve to be where we want to be? Then you compete. Like, and again, it varies. I get that, but it's a battle there. I shouldn't say battle. It's a challenge, right? When do you think is enough? When that player is enough? Okay, he wants to compete. Is he ready to compete?
I think that's when they're ready. When they actually want to get out there. Yeah. I mean, who am I to judge for? When, like, if you want to get out there, I'm going to be like, no, you're not.
But do you shift now your focus with them?
As far as what? And trying to teach them some tactics to go out there with? Yeah, I mean, that, obviously you need some type of tactics before you can start competing. There's no way you can have great strokes. People don't know. In fact, I think with a certain level, that's where you can see the biggest improvement in their game is not improving your technique, but just teaching them some tactics that can actually work. Yeah. Simple stuff. Like
going back to patterns,
consistency stuff, or hitting events, where to hit a certain ball from a certain part of the court. Where like I believe some of that stuff should be trained to the point where it's like that's like your default setting. So like when you're pressured, you're not thinking. You just know from a certain part of the court where's the highest percentage place for me to hit this ball. Now, if you're winning, you want to strut your stuff, or if you're losing, they're trying to get a little something going. Maybe you choose something outside of that. But like there's certain patterns that like just need to be drilled in over and over and over again. Like by the time you're competing, you got to start doing. So that doesn't matter what your forehand looks like. I mean, It does a little bit. Obviously, the better your technique is, the better it will be. But like, you got to know how to go out there and string some points together.
But the experience, right, of being in the match and being able to do it. I mean, right, it's
correct.
Sort of that fine little.
It's always a moving line, but it goes back to again, what's your audience? Who's your player? Is this player is a perfectionist and wants to have this shot perfect? That's all he cares about. And if that's all he cares about, then that's fine. Competing is second.
Right.
And you put that in a realm of, well, let's see if your strokes hold up to competing, but we're not going to care about your results yet.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Versus you want to win? Well, let's go Medvedev. And your forehands.
But they lead that a little bit, don't they?
But I think
you have to, that's the challenge for us, too, sometimes. You're like, okay, well,
But I think it's good.
Right on that or not.
Right. If they're in the match and they can say, oh, wow, I can do this. They do it a few times. You might not be able to do it 4 points in a game and not win the match, but you see, hey, I can do this.
Yeah.
Now I've got it. Yeah. It happened. I've got to get more consistent, get more.
Yeah, I mean, some of that's an extra. Knowing how to compete is just something that some kids have.
And that's the build, right? To keep playing,
Is high school tennis the greatest example of that, where just like there can be kids that take some
3 singles
clinics all year long and really work and have great technique and this and that, and they're going out there and they're trying to like structure points and do this and be like, I'm here, I need to be doing this. And meanwhile, there's a kid that's over there just like, slighting in, just like running down balls, and it isn't even thinking about any type of point structure. Right. And just like, it doesn't care how it looks. It's just like, my job is to get that ball back. I'm not going to let that ball bounce. And like, all of a sudden that can take apart a kid which is what's more disheartening than that, when you've been like training all year long and you're like, this kid, you're talking to me for the match. He's like, nah, I just picked up the racket like a couple weeks before.
Yeah, you have a freshman playing third singles.
Yeah.
I play hockey.
But that's like a compete mentality.
But this is a challenge for us. Right, because you don't like where do you the high school season comes with juniors and you're like, all right, your forehands, where's that? When do you make that decision? January, and high school it's in March. January, like, okay, well, we're shifting everything to just pattern play.
Yeah,
just
No, there is a point where you're like, there's no more. We're not getting any more returns back on working your technique. Now it's time to just work on hustle and putting balls back in play.
But you also bring up another really interesting variable, right? So use January to March or September to March as your
time frame,
right? So here's freshman, sophomore, high school kid, boy, girl, doesn't matter, right? And you make really good progress over X amount of months. And then you have to hand this kid off to a teacher.
Yep. Oh boy.
Because they don't have a tennis coach. And this person is just simply willing to make sure that the team has a team, right? That the team doesn't fold or what have you, right? They have a little bit of, they were a DBH 4 player, and it's like, well, I can manage a tennis team, right?
Yeah, they're a manager, straight up manager.
You're the tennis coaching parent of one of those kids, and you're watching this match.
Oh boy,
like,
been there.
Oh my God. And you're not allowed to offer your kid any coaching information, and you're watching this thing just dumpster fire on court 3. And it's like, okay. Right. So it's just like, there's also that variable that definitely exists enough.
Definitely. It's like almost exclusive for, 80% at least in high school tennis, right?
As far as what coaches,
yes.
Like who's
yeah. Like as a teaching pro, you get your kid here, right? Like you get your kid here, right? And then they get to tryouts and they maintain that, and then the season starts, and it's like, the athletic basketball player just took him out. The athletic volleyball player just took him out. And it's whoa, watching that cascade.
That's what I'm saying. It's like it's always a battle for us. And I think over years, we're looking at the long game. We're looking not 6 months. You're looking, this kid is going to play hopefully for 60 years.
Right.
So I want to give this kid the strokes because, again, you can get better. If you have the right tools, you can get better later in life if you have the right seeds there and you can develop shots. So I think that's where I will look at. But it's an interesting challenge that we have, that you're now having some of those kids go and they lose and they have the right foundation, just not there yet, and that's a battle that we're fighting. But in the long run, they're gonna play the sport at a high level and gonna enjoy it at a deeper level than somebody that's restricted on what they can do. Because that's really what this is, the game. How can I enjoy it to that high level where it's just so intriguing? Yeah. That's the game that we play.
Although when you're a kid, getting wins is fun.
Of course.
Of course, dude. Pretty much the ultimate.
Yeah. Like, I get you're trying to teach me the sport of a lifetime, but I just played Derek, who's not a tennis player, and he beat my brains in.
He doesn't know the score.
He asked if the match was over. When it was
he asked
done.
what a set was.
Yeah. But there's just,
Yeah. Tricky. Because it happens. It happens all the time. You brought a perfect point, yeah. I mean, you when you were in high school, it was you and D-Bad, and then you guys had the scrappers, right?
Yeah, I mean, I played second dubs first year, and then we were kind of. Yeah, I mean, I lost some too, no question. Yep. Yeah, I lost some big ones, but it was kind of guys that played different sports.
Look what you are right now, like how you had the right seeds, and you're like at a super high level right now. A lot of those guys aren't there. They weren't there for the longest time. They played in your team. No strokes, no nothing, right?
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of weird because, I mean, I went off to college and I didn't really pick up a racket for 4 years. I got recruited to play some D2, D3 stuff, and I ended up going to Cuse, and there was no tennis. I mean, I think I played maybe like 2 times my whole 4 years, even touched a racket. And
you're a guy, you had a major improvement, like way later.
Way later in your life. Like, I don't even think I even ever played doubles other than, I mean, we went to Nelta tournaments.
Yeah.
Maybe like 2 tournaments we played doubles. We'd play singles but then, the men's A-League.
Yeah.
Right? Started teaching a little bit and got into that league.
And
it was like.
But you had the right seeds, though. You had the right foundation. That's when you.
Yeah, there does have to be a little something planted there.
A lot.
We talk about that a lot, but there's just no way you never pick up a racket until you're a certain age and then pick it up and ever have. Never mind, not only the game, just the stroke production. Like someone who's just played. I don't know why that is, really.
It's fine motor skills and quick twitch thinking. I think that's the answer there.
That what you. When you're younger, you can just
the racket, the handle pressure,
that you just you don't have as an adult.
I don't think you can develop as an adult. I think your movement patterns, your muscle patterns are already formed, and you don't have that little fine tuning. It's like we're talking about like little stuff that you can do as a kid, like learning a language.
Yeah.
Right. You learn a language as a kid up until like 10, 11, 12. Easy, it gets harder after that. It's just that.
Yeah.
Because the tongue movements and the muscles in your mouth and everything else. But I think this is the same. I think we're talking like tiniest angles. We're talking about movement and understanding steps and stopping and reading and analyzing a ball in a very short amount of time. Those are skills that you can only get at early age. That's my opinion. I'm not sure if I'm right or wrong.
Well, I feel like too, like growing up, I played everything.
Yeah.
Hockey, baseball,
let's dive
soccer,
into that.
basketball,
That's a good
all
one,
that stuff. Tennis was.
Yeah.
But once I got into tennis, I totally cut everything out.
Yeah.
Because I was well behind, obviously. So then it was just
Did you do
tennis.
anything else in high school?
No.
You didn't play any other sports?
No. I mean, I tried out for hockey, I think freshman, sophomore year. I think I tried out for soccer freshman year. But then I was playing tournaments, and I remember being to the coach, like, yeah, I'm going to play a tournament. And he was like, well, you're on a team here.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
And this was,
Right.
I mean, we had a really good, like, travel soccer team. And I remember trying out my freshman year, and I wasn't big on, like, running and all that stuff. That was, like, not my thing. It was getting into a game and playing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there was a guy who, I mean, basically had no soccer skills. I mean, wasn't even close to making our travel team.
And this was your soccer coach?
Yeah, and this was, no, and so he, I remember freshman year, like, this kid was an amazing runner. So he ran whatever the 2 mile was, and, like, he made, like, JV, like, immediately. And I remember being like,
What the heck?
Right.
this dude, he can't even play soccer.
Right.
We haven't even, like, kicked the ball yet. How are you, like, determining what the teams are? And they was like, well, I'm like, well, I'm playing tennis this weekend. He was like, well, no, we have, this is a commitment and blah, blah, blah. I'm like,
Yep.
I'm out of here.
See you later. I'm on a new team.
Yeah.
So,
Changing.
yeah.
I'm gonna change my life right now.
Right.
So then it just kind of got all into tennis.
Yeah. What's again? Yeah. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, you played multiple sports, so you were hockey and tennis, right?
Pretty much
Hockey.
I didn't play tennis until senior year of high school.
Which is super late.
That's
Right?
crazy. I thought I was late.
And by the way, like, you're not an adult there, but still, like, that kind of is
When
like
you
one of the
played
few
before,
I hacked around with my parents, and that's about it.
but you're one. Then you're one of the guys. One of the few.
By the way,
guys.
picked it up at, what, senior year? And
17.
and after college was teaching
Oh,
people
yeah.
how to play the sport.
I know.
Yeah, right?
No, but doing a great job at it. Like that, it kind of breaks the
I know.
That's-
what
but
we're
that's
saying, and also doesn't looks like a guy when he's hitting a ball like was playing the game since 7. Maybe I don't know. Maybe is 18. That's still young enough to.
It is, but it's rare. It's rare. I mean, he's one. We can name a couple, but from hundreds,
Yeah.
thousands of people that we know
Yeah,
collectively.
but Murph used the term. Murph said he was self-taught.
Yes, but he started early though.
True.
He started early. He started at 7.
Yeah, he was talking about going out hitting off
Yeah.
the
Oh,
backboard and doing
Yes,
that.
hitting
like-
serves and
yeah.
So 17, 18, you played in college though, right?
Yep.
Okay, so
After playing the game for 2 years, went on to play at the college level. Like, yeah, I mean that's a quick.
I was lucky, though.
Hockey's
So,
a good lead-in sport, though,
Yeah.
dude. It's like
It's
you
the
got the
sport.
hands. Like tennis is so much feel.
Yep.
And hockey has.
I wouldn't describe my game as a field game, but
No, but dude, it is. Dude, especially like I mean, dude, even hitting a ball hard, but just turning it over.
yeah.
Having that, like, there's just that I don't know. I think that's the hardest stuff to teach, and there's hockey definitely.
not only
is
that,
a
he
good,
picked the one-handed backhand, which is the harder shot. Right. He's
Right.
like, I'm gonna do that.
right.
Well, I had a 2 in college, and then I started teaching, and I'm like, okay, I got to learn how to hit a 1-E. So
Was it with Gay Ford? Is
Really?
he's
Exactly.
getting comfortable.
Exactly.
Getting comfortable. She's
That's it.
122 now.
Yep.
wow, what did that two-hander look like?
It was ugly. It was ugly.
Kind of
Remember,
I know.
was it Barasatagi?
Oh yeah,
The guy
Ooh,
who hit with
same-
same side.
That was
same side of the
my
racket.
return in doubles.
Dude, you know it's a different version of it. It's 2025. It's rude, man. That backhand is.
Extreme.
He's extreme. He's under it. Yeah, they going after it big
Yeah,
time.
because I was like full Western, so I would just like Coco Gauff ready position almost,
Yes.
right? And
That's-
whatever
don't you
ball-
think that
whatever
I
ball
would-
came, it was that side of the racket face.
Yeah, but that's the first thing I would go to on that because it's like so turned.
Yeah, she shows it right in the
Yeah,
grip, right in the
yeah.
return.
Well, let's get into something fun here, boys. Let's get into managing personalities on. When you're coaching teams,
What about it? I mean, that's a big question.
like, how do you determine between like an emotional player, a calm competitor, if they play a doubles team, and they play together? How do you connect that, it's tougher than it looks.
Oh, 100%.
Let's think about ladies teams, right? Because that's one we all of us do.
Sure.
That's a challenge. That's a challenge for us sometimes.
That's a good word. There.
I remember that a little bit. I did some ladies teams at Woburn. Yeah,
You gotta communicate different with each player. You gotta be careful with your words.
Yeah.
But in essence, you're managing a personality, and you're managing a certain level of competitive maturity.
Yep. Yeah. 100%.
That's what we're
100%.
doing, right there.
Yeah.
And it's like, where do you talk with that?
Well, especially, there's definitely, and maybe it's changing, but there's definitely a number of, say, even ladies teams players that might have played sports when they were younger, but didn't necessarily play tennis. There's a lot of ladies teams players that picked up tennis as an adult. Yeah. So just like we were talking about earlier, might have played a team sport, but now they're playing sort of even with the doubles part. It's like part of it is you being individual out there. So the sports maturity is a little bit lower. So there's some working through that you have to do almost like you do with people younger, just as far as managing, their expectations on the court, or even how you speak to them a little bit, Yeah.
That's big.
Yeah.
I would say this. I'm now in a position where I only have USTA teams.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so you look at a USTA season as being 10 weeks, right? Maybe they go on to districts or sectionals, and now you're looking at maybe a 14-week season. The North Shore League is what, 30 weeks?
Yeah.
Right? That's an entirely different animal.
It is.
Right? I am grateful to be in a position where the players that play on our USTA teams, one, they're excited to be playing tennis outside, because we're actually one of the few outdoor clubs in our USTA league.
Yeah.
Two, they're excited that our indoor season is over and all of that stuff is kind of behind them.
Yeah.
And
fresh start.
That's it.
Yeah.
And they're excited for a short season, because it's like, well, I'll tolerate this for 10 weeks.
Yeah.
What I won't tolerate is this for 30 weeks.
Yeah.
So, this was something that Bud does at his club, is he has each of his teams sit down preseason with the women's team coordinator, and each team sort of designs their own team culture. And so, like, how do we manage ourselves? Like, who's in charge? How are we in this to win the league, or are we in this to have fun? Like, he asks a lot of questions, and to some degree, there's good success. Like, there's
because you hold on to it, because at the end of the season, you come in like, well, you said this.
Yeah.
Didn't happen.
Yeah.
You said you're gonna do this.
Right.
That's brave of Bud to do.
And it's kind of like, okay, you set the parameters versus the coaching staff setting the parameters.
Yeah.
And so there's this fallback option. So who knows? I mean, does something like that need to be kind of kicked around and polished up? Probably. But at least it's like, it's a balance between, well, everyone owns this. It's not just the pros that are just trying to screw me and make me play court 3 every week. This
is where what gets lost, and I agree with you. It gets lost. We're talking team tennis right now, not tournament.
Yes,
it gets lost in the title. It's in the title. Team tennis. We try to win as a team. You got to go order of strength. Everybody has a job, right? In soccer, or right, you have people that score goals. You have people that stop goals. Here, you have position 1, position 4. They're still worth 1 point. Tough because people take it so personally, and that's when it gets murky. Right.
It is. It's individual, but you're all collectively working towards.
But at the end of the day, I think it's just everyone is so invested in it.
Yep.
And you know what one of the biggest things that I think I need to do a better job with coaching and teaching is to get people out of self-critical mode, because you're teaching them that, so that when you teach them something, they enter intrinsic mode. You tell them to do something, and subconsciously they tend to judge themselves from that perspective when they play. But in reality, like, no, we're working on your game here. It's not about for me to judge you. This is not gymnastics or any sport that you get grades on.
Right.
This is for you to do something about the other side of the court. The person on the other side of the court is your focus, not you. The whole situation there, like the sun, the wind, the position you're playing in, everything else, that factors into this challenge that you're having.
Have you seen what their opponents are wearing?
I know.
Well, it's the idea that Craig was talking about. How do I extract errors from my opponent?
Game of errors.
What's the pattern?
Yeah, make
What's
them play the
pattern?
point they don't want to play.
Yep.
Correct. So it's not about you.
Yeah.
It's about them.
Yeah.
Right? And that's I think sometimes that gets lost. And I think it's our job to do a better job. It's like, no, it's not about your bad forehand. Don't worry about that. Okay, what can we do with the forehand that you have right now?
Yeah.
To do something about it, because it's not a perfection sport. You're not gonna hit every ball perfect. You're not gonna win every point.
Yeah.
Let's win one more than we
Right.
do that day.
Yeah.
And I think that's where it gets tricky. That's the beauty of it too,
Right.
right?
Yeah, I've probably said this before. I feel like they always think I'm blowing steam up their ass, but I'm always fairly impressed, actually. Like, dude, these are people that are, your busy lives outside of here, this and that. They come here for like practices or matches. They actually own a certain amount of it. Like, they take it seriously. They want to do this. You're throwing different strategies and this and stuff at them, and then they go out there and they're actually trying to do it.
Yeah.
Like, I could care less. Just like you were saying, I could care. So many times I'm like, after a match, I'm like, I don't care if you won or lost that match. I'm like, I love that you were doing that. And they're like, and they're upset. Like, I wanted to win points. I'm like, I get it. I get it. But if we're judging,
We were doing that on Thursday.
off
Yeah.
every point we're going to lose, we're going to drive ourselves insane. Like, you're out there actually trying to do some of the stuff we've worked on, and you're doing it. You're actually doing it. Did it work against this team? This team a little bit this, that. But you're out there, like, making the best of your experience and taking some of the stuff you work on and actually implementing it, which is, we've all played this sport. It's hard to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We've played it, endless amounts of it. Think about the hours you put in.
So
And, like,
many hours.
these are people that are balancing a whole nother part of their life. And, like, this is their recreation part. And even that, they're putting some work into to be like, I want to be the best I can at it, Which is the little perspective there helps too. Which is
Big.
another part to give them, that not in like a mean way, but just be like, hey,
You're playing tennis.
popping
Maybe
some
n-
champagne now.
Yeah, right.
Thursday morning at 11, and you get the party going here, and like, not the end of the
doing
world. Like,
all right.
by the way, I'm glad you're invested and you're upset that you're lost, but don't forget that, like, what an earned right that
Privilege
is there.
is,
What a
yeah.
privilege that is to be like upset about that loss, because this is pretty good, And you want them to invest because that's part of what makes the whole thing. It's like the community we were talking about earlier, but there should be some perspective with that too, which even that kind of frees you up a little bit.
Of course, man. It's not
Perspective
win or
is part
lose.
of the team culture, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Jay Ronan, I want you to run those to our teams, and we're gonna hold you accountable when January comes. And
I'll come back with a figure on that.
Kaner, favorite patterns and doubles.
Serving?
You're serving.
Which court?
Deuce.
Deuce court? Do I have my angle volleys? Am I feeling good on the little
You feel good. You feel perfect. You feel it's one of those days.
one of those days?
Yeah.
I do love the down the tee,
Yeah.
draw to that side, and then carve to the outside. It doesn't have to be a winner.
Yeah.
But I feel
Really
like
is.
Usually it used to be. You haven't seen me lately.
Yeah.
I do love that play.
Yeah, so serve down the tee on a righty, then go open court with the first volley.
Open court with the first volley.
Ad side.
Ad side. Even though I'm a shorter guy, I do like the out wide play.
Yeah, so you go for the same thing against the righty. You go for their backhand.
Mm-hmm.
Go for the weakness. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's about right.
But I did also used to love even on the second serve.
Let's go second serve.
Slower kick. I feel like even if I hit it much better and faster, don't have enough time to get in. So my goal was to always get as close as I can.
Close the angle.
But yeah, that I felt like put me in a good position to. I feel like even when I hit my best second serves, I don't have enough time to get in a better position.
Yeah, slower one buys you the time.
Mm-hmm. I mean, obviously, you still have to hit it, and you got to put some spin on it.
Of course.
So it can't be.
Again, we're just looking at what gives you the 60% of the points, not what gives you 100% of the points. There's no such thing. Like I said, just people look at it. Absolutely no. It's just I got to get 60%.
I used a slow kick and a slow flat one. I came at you slow.
And slow transition.
Yeah. An 18-mile-per-hour kick serve. So when I hit it 22 flat, people were like, that was a cannon. I didn't even use a lot. I didn't hit a lot of flat serves. It says lefty spin was better for me, man. People would turn sideways. I'd mix up slice and kick serves all day long, and kick serves to different parts of the box. My nightmare opponent was like taller guys because I'd play Jay and I wouldn't even hit that many kick serves. I'm like slicing. I'd hit a kick serve and it was like even my big kick. It was like right below his shoulder and it was like, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna now just slice him all day long. You know, I wanted guys a little shorter than 6 feet. Once he had 6 feet, I'm like, great.
It's going right there.
No, all slice, but a flat one, like I don't know.
Unless we were out on 13 and 14 and I'm just chucking rackets against the wall.
You took a racket definitely off the wall one time and smashed it and then threw it in the trash in the lobby. And I remember Mike or someone knew we were out there playing and they were like, how'd the match go back there? And I remember just sort of like looking down at the trash and they saw your racket in there and they were like, that's it.
It was really sad because I was the one that came up with the it was the
play
it was the Winchester Pro tournament. Like the teaching pros just played a tournament. And so I think what ended up happening was we were just throwing names in a hat and I drew you in the first round and I'm like, the last thing I want to do is play someone who's super consistent.
Oh man, and he was running around good too back then and
just rolling balls to my backhand and I'm like, this is a nightmare.
Dude, never.
That's a bad. You're not looking to hit a backhand above your shoulder.
No, I don't think I had any rackets
that's
left.
literally I'm coming at you all day with that. It's literally the only shot I would hit.
I hated that. I
taught
that.
with Mike's demos for the rest of the year. I think after that,
all day long.
Dude, that should have been my first match against Kevin. I've never seen a ball move like that. I think it was 6-1 in 23 minutes, and I was lucky to get that one.
And then I think you probably won the next 4 or 5 sets. Very quickly.
What does matter?
Greggy's like giving me advice from 4 courts down. I'm like, dude, I'm fighting for my life here. Get on over here. Don't give me advice from court 3, dude.
from the porch out on court 1.
How about returning, Kana? Give me your returning patterns. Not patterns, but like what are you looking to do?
Who am I playing with? Ronan?
You're playing with Ronan.
So I'm on the backhand side?
Yeah. Backhand side.
He's gonna chip it and then sprint right by me. I'm like, where did he come from?
Well, my early days, let me go back to that. Yeah. So, I was playing with Dennis. I I really love that little slice lob over that, especially when they're, hugging the net. More second serve.
Yep.
They'd kick it to my backhand, charge it, and just do the little slice lob over. First serve. I think I like returning first serve is better on the backhand side.
Yeah, you're solid there.
Only because I can just slide my hips on my backhand and maybe be a little bit late on the forehand and still be okay. But I feel like I need to hit and go. I can't stay. Well,
yeah, you can.
Because I remember you being like, why are you staying back?
Yeah, it's funny, right? How you have your go-to shots. How about you, Jay?
Just hit serves and returns and let
That's
Seth
it.
clean up.
Right? Yeah.
That was our strategy for.
Wow, come on now. That's a little. I don't know about that.
So, no, there was a time where I could rely on a kick serve just to, be the weapon, and just that's the first serve.
I can move like crazy on that. His kick
man.
serve.
That kick serve was coming. So
Returns, I can't say are a strong suit for me. If I can see a second serve, run around it, hit a forehand.
that's it, right? If you just that's it, just look for that. Not how to hit the forehand, just find the forehand.
That's it.
Right?
Find it and
Yeah, find it if you can.
Yeah, no, my backhand's too much of a liability on the doubles court. And I can't say I'm going to close out points at the net, so it's more I have to do all the damage from the baseline.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
I think you're being a little modest there, but I
know.
don't know. I've seen a lot of it.
Yeah.
It's funny, as a lefty, I like to be in the deuce court just because I like to have a volley through the middle, and I don't know if people just don't pay enough attention, but I end up hitting a lot of forehand returns, not even moving around them. They just come in there. And honestly, if I'm going to hit a backhand, I actually want it out wide a little bit because I can just get around the outside of it and just like roll it back.
Right.
Nothing worse than being in the ad court and trying to go inside out on a ball.
Yeah.
And if I get a forehand, I do the same thing every single time. I just try to roll it down low. I'm just trying to get in the point every time.
Right.
Roll it, and hopefully maybe my partner, who's a righty now, has a forehand, moves.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I can definitely return better from the ad side, but if it's him and I playing together, I'm pretty sure Seth's playing the ad side.
Yeah.
We're just going to take the liability on the deuce court and just if I can make one return per game, then we're okay.
But see how we all it's and that's the way it is. Sometimes I don't want to say we overthink, but like initially players overthink that you're just thinking bigger picture. Like I'm just looking to get my strength.
Yeah.
To his weakness or her weakness. I'm just looking to get my first serve in, and that really where our game is at.
Yep.
Right. Hit your spot. What's your best spot? What's your best serve on the inside? What's your best serve on the outside? What do you try to get out of that return from whatever side you're playing? Typically, stay away from the net player, obviously, right? Because they'll clean it up. And after that, you just hope you execute again 55% of the time.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
I think that's a big point because I always feel like I have to move forward, and even if I have to bang it down the line,
That's fine.
that's okay.
It's okay.
That's okay.
Okay, because your job is I got to get in. Right?
But like, I don't know about you, but I feel like when you and I played together, once we got the first set out of the way, it was like, okay, let's let the shoulders down and let's just go. Like, let's just go. Win or lose that first set, it's just, all right, now we can go. Now we can play.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Remember when you started bumping into the eye all the time? That little period?
Yeah. I think, like,
It, like,
because I would
worked
prefer
really
to play
well.
singles, I think ultimately I just serve better in eye formation.
Yeah, and even if the ball gets by me, I've got him like cracking a
Dude, I think it's underused the big time.
completely.
The eye is underused.
Because we for a while there, we did it like every single
I remember that actually.
every single time we would just go eye.
Yeah.
So either they blasted at me, or they go up the line and he's coming in with his forehand.
Yeah.
They don't want to deal with that.
I really do, and we've been doing this lately. Like it's there's regular formation, but eye has to be just as much used as
Right. Well, even Craig said too, right? The pro level, it's
Oh yeah, exactly. Man. What he was saying, and it's so true. All those guys are staying like in that modified eye right on top of the net.
Yep.
Boom, boom,
boom, boom, boom.
leading him. You need a big serve for that, obviously.
Yeah, you can't be
But all
getting
those
teed
guys
off
have it,
on
right.
the-
At that level, for sure.
Yeah.
But when you are that tight, man, it is so hard. You
Yeah.
have your net coverage is, unless someone goes up over you, which those guys have the ability to push back, or if he does get up over, you got a guy back there ready to
crack a
huge
groundy
forehand.
or whatever.
Yeah,
Let's go hypothetical a little bit. Those guys are trying a lot, and shorten out the points and all that stuff. Singles is it's a probably an all-time high. Maybe not because we had the big three, but we are like in the last 20 years, the singles is like through the roof, right? Funny enough, the most played tennis recreationally is doubles, right? How can you make that one more
How can you make what
pleasing, visually pleasing? Because it is right now. It's to the point where I went to US Open last year, and I might have said this before. 1 out of 7, 8 points, beautiful, and you wait for that. But the other ones, big serve, put away.
Yeah.
Big serve, it's returned.
Get it back, smash.
Done.
You're talking doubles.
Talking doubles.
Yeah.
How can you? Because that is the one that people can relate to a little bit more than
Right.
singles.
Right.
I'm talking recreationally, 35 over, 40 over, whatever you call it. But it's more doubles being played.
Yeah.
Keep the net player at the service line. I don't know.
But that's the thing is like,
Yeah,
it's
because
gotta
like
be,
you said, big serve. You got a guy at the net.
Yeah.
That's
Once there's a serve come in big enough and a
nasty
guy
serve.
athletic enough up at the
athletic
net.
enough. He should finish
anywhere.
that ball.
Yeah.
correct. And how can you make that just a little bit? Because the most beautiful points are the volley exchanges, the overhead
Transition.
transition.
Bring
all-
that guy off the net. Bring him to the
Which-
service line.
If you can just get by that first ball,
That's
then
it.
it opens it up. But it's just off that.
It's got to be because
Yeah.
they're looking at shortening the format, but that's the format. It's not a product. Those guys got good,
Right.
And they know the patterns, and we saw Craig talking about it. Like
Right.
7% goes to the middle, and those guys know that at a higher pace, tough to control. You can't stay further back because that gives the net player so much time to move it in that. So you can't like those guys in singles now. Freaking, they're like 20 feet back sometimes
Yeah.
because they have the time. You don't have that in luxury in doubles. You have to deal with a short swing if you want to make contact there of the same type of
But
serve.
you take a serve away.
The
That
server's
or-
partner has to be
Take a
at
serve
the
away. You get one
baseline.
serve. You get one serve.
I like your idea of service partner at the service.
Service line,
Because
baseline.
I don't think this is a men's versus women's thing.
No,
I think the men's
no.
game is tough to watch because the points are so short. I think the women's game is tough to watch doubles wise
Yes.
because
It's
it looks
singles
like
players.
a game of 105.
Yes,
Right.
yes.
3 out of 4 players are at the baseline.
Yes.
Right. There's
Yeah.
zero creativity. There's like,
Yeah.
right. So anyway, I like your idea of the
Service
server's
line.
partner at the service line. It lets returns in. And once the return's in,
Yeah.
I think now
Like what? You
I-
can't get off the service line until the
Until
return has been struck?
maybe
Or-
maybe as soon as return is hit, the server's net person can move.
I would go.
once the ball hits
That's a
the
good idea,
ground.
too.
I don't know.
Doesn't that then kill
would-
all, like, no one's going to lob a return then, right? Or
Well, not initially. Not
Correct.
initially.
So at least it's all right. It's starting on an aggressive tone. You might see transition. You might not. So
the lob comes in after when it's
Yeah.
like a game of
appropriate.
baseline 21. You're like, no winners off the feed.
Yeah.
It's lame when there's a winner off the feed. Get the
How
point.
about
started?
shortening the service box?
I'd be more inclined to go one serve.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You got to scale it back.
Box, you
Scale
have,
it back.
Yeah, I like the one.
Because
I'd
it's
say, yeah,
like,
the one
like from a
serve is-
rules perspective, is it easier for us to eliminate a serve or is it easier for us to repaint tennis courts?
but
or-
when technology's there, dude, you can have lines shifted.
I think starting on the service line that changes so much. One serve still lets all of the things to happen. It's just it's more likely for some returns to get put back in play without a net player just having their way right off a bomb.
And you've got the
for a
risk
serve.
versus reward.
Yeah, occasionally you can still
you,
go
you
for
wanna
it.
go
or
after
this or
it?
that.
Yeah, you're gonna.
Yeah, that's what I mean. There's like,
Yeah, you might be eating a 103 forehand, but
Yeah, but do you agree? It's a beautiful game, but you have to dig deep to see the beauty there, because every 6-7 points you'll see that one great point, but then.
do you even think it's on that? Like, does it happen that often? Every 6 or 7 points?
I'm being lenient
Generous.
here. Yeah. But something to expose that. You know how sometimes we do those drills when you feed the ball in the play, you start like no man's land and 2 players in the net.
yeah.
And you feed the ball. Remember we see those things like
Yeah,
after
sure.
you play it and
And then
you
like
feed cross
crash.
court and you crash in.
Yeah.
Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
That's what we see the beauty of it. Boom, boom, boom. Now,
Right.
there's a beauty in the serve and the like first volley, but the serve has evolved. Technology evolved so much that the serve that is tough to get back
Yep.
consistently in
Yep.
doubles, because you have a player in the net that just knows where that ball is going.
Yeah.
It takes your pattern away that normally you would use in singles.
It's kind of a beauty to it, though, too.
It is.
So it's sort of
There-
like
there-
it's sort of
there
like
is-
soccer, where you'll see one goal, or
Well-
hockey, or
Well, it's a little bit like even back in the day, like when serve and volley was a little bit more popular in singles. Like these plays, like there is something like it's incredible what's happening, but as far as watching someone come in,
Yeah.
hit a serve,
Watching
and
it.
as a tennis fan, like you can see, like you're like, oh my god,
you know,
they
he did this,
they
yeah.
just carved that ball, and it like didn't even barely even bounce the second time, and they're showing that. But watching that, you're like ready for this point, and you're a casual fan, you see it, and you're like, oh, that was
it's not going to register. You're right.
Yeah. No, I
Agreed.
think I think the point he's trying to make is, here's our average fan. Our
Right.
average
How do you
fan
make it more
mostly plays
interesting?
doubles. How
Right.
do we make doubles more
And
interesting?
they mostly play doubles
to the
at
viewer?
at a speed that's not relatable to what's happening there.
Right. Because I would even say, like, well, let's watch the college game, but you're
It's still there. I
no,
think
you have to go watch high school tennis.
Yeah, to get those points, and those are the fun points, and the ball,
Right.
the lob, and this and that.
Yeah.
right.
I mean, is a heavier ball, is a green dot ball? You know, you have looked outside of something. I don't know.
Yeah.
To get past those, not eliminate the stroke, but make it more. Because right now we're at the point where that serve is so far ahead.
Yeah,
Of any part of the game.
Any part of the game.
Yeah.
right.
Because you do have that player in the net.
It's actually pretty amazing what returners do with some of the serves
100%.
coming back at them. The fact, I mean, they are taking
Correct.
full cuts.
And they still like. I don't know.
it's just
now.
when there's someone.
What's the breaking average in the ATP tour? I don't think is that high. It's got to be in the single digits.
Singles or dubs, you mean?
Doubles.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
It's low.
Oh, yeah. Like even watching it at Laver Cup, where you just feel like you get an up-close vantage point. Here are the best players in the world. Now, granted, they're not doubles players, but it's just like it's so glaring.
I think that's one thing that I'm like, man, it's got to be something that can be. And we're traditionalists, and
Yeah,
hold on to
that
which is,
I think
which is fine.
that's the
it's good.
sad thing, but it's something that needs to happen, right? Because you're not
Yeah,
dumbing it down, but
go underhand serves.
Something.
Little ball boy, he like punches the net player in the nuts right as the guy hits the serve. Quick ball punch, and then you
ball
got to
boy
recover.
runs
and play
by
the
every
point.
Yeah.
hit him in the head.
Power play.
Yeah, yeah. Good luck poaching. Bro.
Yeah.
But it is kind of sad that, and it's totally understandable that most of the people can't appreciate
Yeah.
what they're looking at.
We were laughing in one of the podcasts that to play for the seniors, the older guys, 70, 80 plus, to play in a shorter court with a green dot ball to extend the points. But it's the same concept.
Yep.
Just extend the points to enjoy the game, because
Right.
you're playing a game.
Right.
Yeah.
You wanna touch that fucking ball.
Right. I have a chance.
Have a
to
chance
even
to
touch
it versus
Yeah.
versus like, woof. It's tough. So I think that's where it's tricky.
Little green dot action.
Something, right? You got to look outside the box there, like outside of the one serve. maybe a positional restriction there, stay on the service line. Maybe a change of the ball, but even that would evolve a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, something.
I think we landed on a nut shot.
We'll let you put the language to that rule together.
You would have worked that. Admin-wise, Jay Ronan, what would you change and do for our tennis organization there? What would you like to see done, like as an entity, tennis?
It's funny because, you know, I'm in a position of country club outdoor tennis.
Yep.
Which is, I would say, smaller scale relative to indoor New England.
Yep.
We have 12 courts here.
10.
10.
What do you guys have?
5. You know, from an admin standpoint, I succeed so long as my right-hand person can be a little bit of a Swiss Army knife in terms of, here's my audience. Okay, I can excel with this group of people, kids, adults, beginners, advanced. Beyond that, I succeed with a couple college kids that have a tennis background and personality.
Yeah.
Right.
You
I
need
can
that-
I
need
can
that,
have I can have a conversation with a 5-year-old. I can have a conversation with
That's the magic.
a 45-year-old.
Yeah, that is the
That's the magic.
and there's my staff.
Yeah.
Right. And I would say from an indoor perspective, it's I need, you know, relative to the volume of courts that you have, I need to have at minimum in this area, I've got to have a minimum of 5 solid teaching pros.
Yeah.
That are professional, that have personality, that are eager.
And that's getting it to be a challenge,
I know.
right?
No,
That's a challenge.
We're fully
in our
aware of
business.
that now.
Yeah, all of us are.
Yep. In fact, I keep bringing Bud up, but Bud's on like a board with the USTA in an effort to start bringing coaching tennis back on the horizon in this area.
So I was talking to Francisco, which is another good tennis mind, and he had the same thing. He said that we have to be careful on the feeding ages, feeding kids, and like who's gonna become you don't want to make it too exclusive.
Yep.
As an organization, as a USTA, as a tennis or ATP, whatever you want to call it, you do want to make this accessible to as many demographics as possible.
Mhm.
Because you do want that guy that who looks up at this profession as a goal, a dream.
Yeah.
You don't want a guy that looks at this one as being a downgrade from what the expectations are of him.
Yep.
You know, like, no, I need to go into a hedge fund and go this. Those are the people that play. We need those guys when they're 20, 22, 23 to be like, I want to teach
Decide
tennis.
that this is a career.
This is a career.
Not
Yeah.
just like do something for a couple years before I
And then
jump
move
into
on
something
to
else.
something better,
Yeah,
which is fine. Totally
yeah,
fine with
yeah,
that.
yeah.
But as an industry, we have to be careful of like our workforce. We have to cultivate that, man.
Yeah.
Because if we don't,
Yeah.
we're in trouble in 10, 15 years. We're seeing how it's tougher and tougher to see,
Yeah.
to find.
I've had a handful of college kids that have come through my like junior staff at BlackRock. And these are kids that come from wealthier families. They have long lines of lineage through really high-end colleges, blah, 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 right? So their expectation through colleges, I don't mean to demean the tennis professional industry, but their expectation is higher than that, right?
That's the truth. It's not.
Yeah.
That's
However, I have shared with those kids while they're in college and while they're working with me, you know, due to the success they've experienced, I've said to them, you actually have a future in this industry.
Yeah,
And
right.
this, if you're looking to kind of put off your really serious job, your really serious
which you don't
career,
know anything about, by the way.
100%.
You're gonna be in a
100%.
cubicle. You're gonna be a corporate hen.
right?
Gotta be careful.
If you're not super excited about that, but you want something that keeps you fit, that lets you be outside, lets you play a little bit, right?
But something you actually enjoy
The social
doing.
aspect,
Right.
too.
You actually enjoy doing.
man. Like
You actually have the foundation to do this, and you could be successful doing this, and you might
Or you're
not.
already proven to be good at.
Yeah,
Like,
you might
that's
not
something
want to be
to-
in the financial world,
Right,
right? You might
right.
find yourself there and be like, wait a second, I actually enjoyed coaching tennis, right?
Yeah, when
And
you
it's-
Right.
So some of it is making sure you identify those kids as early as possible. And I've been lucky enough to be around probably upwards of 5 or 6 of those kids.
That's great.
Right
Right.
now I have 2 of those kids.
But again, it's our job as again stewards of the game, of the sport, of the business, of the industry, to be like, we have to somehow get those guys in, man, because
Well, some of it is just like what you're saying.
Or
You just
gals.
like identify them and then say it to them as someone that they respect, and they see that is like a little bit older than them and has made a living doing it, and that they're like, they hear from that person, like they're telling me that I can make a living doing this, and they seem like they have their shit kind of together.
yeah.
I'm living
they're-
well.
Yeah. No, they're like, it's because you don't necessarily. It does almost feel like probably from it's like settling for something, but
It's not.
it's not.
Yeah.
Well, that's you
It's
got to
not,
see
but
what it can be. You
it's-
got to see what it can be. Right?
Right.
On that topic, it's funny. You look at someone like Leahy, who has clearly made a path for himself doing
Yes.
this. When he graduated, Curry College was searching for a job.
Yeah.
And I happened to he and I happened to cross paths. And it was his parents that were like, hold on, wait, what are you looking to do?
Yeah.
Right.
Right. So they had their apprehensions, and deservedly
Of
so.
course.
Right?
Yeah,
Right?
yeah,
It's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
wait a second,
Yeah, yeah.
your income is going to be based on what?
Right.
Right?
Right.
Totally understandable.
Yeah, man.
Fast forward how many years, and the kid has made
Right.
a career for himself.
Right. Right. Yes.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like worked at an indoor facility,
And
worked at an outdoor facility, and now is the practice director at a really
a young,
successful.
and
a
like
young
and
age,
fairly
man.
young. I was
Yeah.
just gonna say has
More
like
than
done
any
it.
of us. Yeah, which is
honestly,
good for
because
him.
for his age, where he's at, like he's a cut above. He's got
he
like
is.
all the things that a lot of
Everything.
kids, adults that age, they don't have.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The biggest, like his biggest attribute, he's just adaptable. He's like,
Right.
all right, well, the club didn't have paddle when I first started here,
Right.
but I guess I'll just figure it out.
Yeah.
And he's got one of the most successful paddle programs
does.
on the South Shore.
It does.
adaptable is one of the things you have to be
Yeah.
to do this. You know?
But it's the other thing though is how do you put it in? That's one of the toughest things. And you said this from the year one that we met you, that your time is worth more than money. That's worth millions to you.
Like my individual time.
Time and how do you
Yeah,
spend
yeah.
your time?
Yeah.
Right? So that's another thing that it's you're not getting that in a corporate setting necessarily.
No.
As
well,
much.
on the flip side, that is when we used to work at Winchester, it was
Correct.
7 days a week.
No, I think some of that is earned in a certain way,
But
but
also
there is
you do something that you
there
like.
is
I'm
a-
talking about you do
yes.
something that you
Yeah, yeah.
like.
True.
Yeah.
True.
You know what I mean?
In some ways, we chose
If
to
you
work 7
like-
days.
But if you like teaching tennis, okay, I don't like teaching 7 days a week,
Yeah.
but I'll do it 5, and eventually you're gonna get there. But you like doing that,
Right.
So your time on the court now is not you're not doing that for
Yeah.
necessarily a no. If you like doing numbers and corporate, that's fine. But if
Yeah.
you just do it for a paycheck, now that's 40 hours a week that you are now
Yeah.
a little slave to that job. Versus I'm enjoying this, like you're saying.
Yeah.
I'm loving teaching somebody that wants to learn.
Right.
I enjoy that.
Well, there's also a certain amount, like, if you could have told me when I was in junior high or high school, I spent a lot of time on the court just because I wanted to. If you'd ever told me then, you could be like, dude, you don't ever have to go out and get another job and you can make a living doing that. I would have been like, I would have signed on right then. And it just sort of kind of happened. But it's the only job. I've never worked another job in my life.
Yep.
I started teaching tennis in high
so
school.
funny?
Yeah.
And then after high school,
Yeah.
did it through college, did it, and then right after college started working at Winchester. It's like literally the only job I've ever held. And like if you could told me as a kid when I was out there playing, and they're like, by the way, you don't ever actually really have to stop doing this.
Correct.
I would have been like, really?
It's not
For
for
real?
everybody, but if you are thinking about it, like you're saying, dude,
Yeah.
it's our job to do that, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As an industry, it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
It really is.
Like when it boils down to it, when it really boils down to it, between tennis and hockey, I just love coaching.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love coaching.
Yeah.
You know, it's I
Yeah.
love being out there with the people who want to get better, and
Yeah.
And it's coaching because you figure, you're helping somebody achieve something they want. And
Yeah.
That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, there is something really rewarding about helping someone achieve something they want to do.
yeah,
Again, maybe it's
And
only
leading
teaching
the
them how to
journey.
hit a forehand. It's
Yeah.
only a forehand. I get it. That people are teaching people how to do all sorts of amazing things. I can't teach you those things. I can teach you how to hit a forehand though, or a backhand. And when someone can't do it, and then you can teach them how to do it, and they do it, and they're like, you get that too. Which honestly, that's the type of thing. Like that's sort of like time that doesn't go into a paycheck. Like that literally.
Yeah.
You get those moments where it's like you're living it through them.
Yeah, like
this
okay,
one
this is
can't
good.
do it.
I had a
Yeah.
good day today. That
Yes.
was fun.
Yeah.
We
Yes.
accomplished something together. That's
Yes.
good. You got to do something, man. Yeah.
I don't know. I always kind of put tennis pros on a pedestal. Like I thought it was like a sexy, like it was.
Dude, it's not easy, man. You think
Yeah.
it's just like
Well, that's the thought. You think, and again, like everyone seems happy and they're doing their job, but it's obviously a
more,
lot
but
of
it's also a
it's
challenge.
a lot of
Like,
work.
tennis is a challenge. The business part of it is also a challenge,
Yeah.
right? Because now you have to work that balance of like, well, you're running a business, but also teaching because you like that. You got to
Right.
provide that for a group of people or somebody.
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
A full community. It's fun.
Yeah, and that's like working here has kind of given me an opportunity to do stuff other than just be on the court, which is kind of nice too. You know, I was saying earlier that little break off the court. Sometimes I get on the court and I'm like, oh, I'm so glad to be on the court. But I also enjoy the parts off the court. Getting people set up in programs. I love doing evals. I love showing this place off. I love bringing someone in here and being like,
Oh yeah, he's a
hitting with them for a few minutes and then be like, let me tell you what happens here.
Yeah.
You know, and being like, feeling fully confident in everything I'm telling them, being like, this place is weird. Like we fire on all cylinders here. Or then, someone needs to switch clinics. And like, I kind of enjoy doing all that. And then right about the time I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ. All of a sudden I'm like, oh, wait, I have to go back on the court. So like when you stick with it long enough, you start to get to some other opportunities where you're like, oh, this can be just grinding out in 70 hours on the court, like
It's
that
tough,
would
but
never be. But
again, like we were saying, though, you're not going to be efficient on that. You gotta.
no.
I also do believe, and I hope, and I think through what we do and how we do it, all of us. We're talking facilities, getting better. We're talking product, get the menu up. We're talking enthusiasm and life and energy and everything else. This is going to become, in a world that's becoming more and more isolated with working from home and AI and everything like that. It will become a social hub that people will look for. It will become an exclusive thing. Yeah. And if you build it as such, as a community, a social part, that people can belong and be there and be themselves and be free and learn something and be a child in a certain way, which is good.
Well, not just come and play tennis, right? You're going to come and you're going to party after. You're going to bring your food and
now
bubbly.
You have something special. You have something special that, like,
no question,
people will look for. And now that becomes exclusive. And I don't want to sound like too businessy, but they pay a little bit extra to have that opportunity to belong to a place that offers that.
Yeah, I would say not even so much businessy, especially for you two plus Mike, and everyone else that's kind of been here for a long time. I'm sure you guys take a lot of pleasure in the fact that you've been invested in this place for how long?
20 years almost, man.
Right?
Yeah.
Like to see that,
Yeah.
to see that journey and now be on this side of it, it's got to be so satisfying for you guys.
Yeah, it's 19 years, man.
That is crazy.
Is it? Really?
Yeah. I know, it's crazy. But so do you with BlackRock, and so does, like, it's the same.
Yeah, at some point you decide you're going to, like, I don't even remember making that decision, but at some point you decided, like, all right, this is what.
Yeah. How can I make the best out of it?
This is what I'm going to do, I don't really remember when that happened.
I don't
I didn't get any
mean-
shit from it. My parents were thrilled.
Yeah.
I don't
I'm
even
like
mean
rolling
being
out
a
of a
teaching
car,
pro.
smoke billowing out, and they're like, "Dude, Mike hired you? Take that fucking job. Hit your forehands for Christ's sakes." Honestly, I never got any
Yeah.
you mean you're not going to be a doctor? They realized very young. They're like, "We do not have a lawyer on our hands." Like
No, I don't.
one click above.
It's
retarded.
more like being here, like having a place to like really take pride in.
Right?
That's
You're alive there, man.
Yeah, yeah.
You're alive. You're
That-
good.
That does make a difference because it
Like
makes
you were just talking
yeah,
about it,
yeah,
right?
Yeah,
Like you take pride in showing this place off and being
Right.
like,
Yeah.
oh, hey, you're here for an eval, but does your dad want to get involved? Does
Yeah.
your mom
Right.
want to get involved?
Right.
Does your
Yeah.
brother want to?
You don't dread Mondays. Mondays
Yeah.
is a
yeah.
Yeah.
you don't dread Mondays, man.
Yeah.
That's big.
Wow.
Yeah, it's too bad there's not more of there isn't. I wonder how that gets passed on though too. Besides, like, just I don't know. You're right. Like, I don't know. Do people?
have
Do
to do
kids
it.
want to? Is that even on their radar of like something
They're smart,
they
man.
wanna?
They're smart.
They wanna
You
do.
mean the kids that come here to take clinics?
No, just any like younger
Career
generation
path.
of like people that are like deciding to be like, I'm gonna be. I think I'm gonna try to make a run at being a
Teaching
pro.
It's interesting. Like, I didn't necessarily take the most traditional path, but I was graduating from college and had no idea what I was going to do. I was trying to become a school teacher and didn't have a summer job, so somehow got into the Harvard tennis camps teaching. And I'm like, wow, this is really fun. Like,
Right.
I
Enjoy this.
I didn't know this was a
I'm
thing.
alive.
Like, I didn't
Yeah.
know this was a thing.
Yeah.
And then summer's coming to a close, and the BU women's coach happens to be friends with Mike, and she's like, well, if you want to keep doing this, like, I know someone who runs a tennis club. If you want to at least just go talk to somebody. And I'm like, I didn't even know that was a thing.
Right.
Isn't it amazing?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And then I'm sitting in Mike's office, and I'm just like, this is weird.
right.
I didn't know they paid people to do
He's
this.
got that presence. Yeah, he's got that presence. Yeah.
Right? In his like little shoebox of an office.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
And
Yeah.
I'm just like, I didn't know people did this. Like,
Right.
this is pretty cool. And
Right. Yeah. This
first
is a job.
week, I was hooked.
Yeah,
I'm like,
dude.
I can get on board with this. I
Yeah.
can totally get on board with this.
Go on, Kaner. What do you got?
Well, let's be honest too. I mean, BlackRock is pretty amazing,
It is.
and I don't think George would keep you hanging around if you weren't
weren't doing
killing it.
Yeah.
So, good for you, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. How long have you been there for?
Since 2009.
Amazing, dude. That's
And went from
Just
The head pro.
rackets. Well, just like rackets for a
So
long
what's your title
time.
now?
A recreation director. So I still run all the
I
racket
like they
stuff.
keep that a little bit vague. It's like we'll just keep throwing other shit.
Yeah.
At this guy, and he'll be able to figure it out.
Yeah.
He'll deliver.
Recreation.
He's gonna
director,
deliver.
they're like,
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's good. Keeps me there 12 months a year. The place has been good to me.
I think even that word of teaching pro that's evolved into a rackets professional or tennis professional. It's not a teaching pro anymore, man. You do it's
Yeah.
so much deeper than that.
Yeah.
You're not just feeding balls. No. You're doing
Right.
everything.
Yeah.
Right. Final thoughts, gentlemen. Kaner. Tennis, life, anything. Let it out, boy.
She's starting with me, huh?
Yeah, why not?
Probably what most people say. Tennis, gives back a lot.
It does.
There's no question. It's like, what else would I be doing? Yeah, on my Thursday nights, and
I sometimes do wonder that, right? Like, what would the path would have been?
No
without? But
question.
It's like, yeah,
if you didn't, so it's
but it's not even like a the side thing. People go to the gym, but you don't talk about go to the gym. They're just like, this is when you play tennis. It's a it's part of a conversation.
How many people are on the Thursday night contract list? Like 50?
45, 50, something. Yeah.
So ridiculous.
That's a lot of
crazy.
guys. Because by the way,
Right?
that's
I mean-
also a certain level
Yeah.
of
You're
tennis.
achieving, yeah.
But it's also
geographic.
kind of and also a certain level of there's not a lot of a-holes there. There's like some vetted there. So it's like
no.
it checks a few boxes.
Saturdays,
You know?
yeah.
no question.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know if that sounds corny or what, but
there's been discussions about dropping you, and I want you to know I fought every time. Fucking fellow Red Devil.
Red Devil. I love it.
Jay?
Well, I'll get sappier than Kaner.
Damn.
Yeah,
Going
love
deeper.
it.
I thought I was.
You can go back.
I thought I was a little bit.
I enjoy listening to a lot of like coaching podcasts and stuff like that, and regardless of the sport, and a lot of it goes back to surround yourself with the right people. Yeah. I think mine and Heather's only regret is not living on this side of the bridge. Like being up here and being around you guys. Like, damn, this is surrounding yourself with the right people. Yeah. Like your Thursday night contract. I luckily had a chance to play in, was it a Laver?
Yeah, Laver Cup, yeah.
A couple months ago.
Yeah.
And now I'm the old guy, right? I'm the guy that's like, who's that guy?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, that guy.
Why does he hit so hard?
He's got a good kick, sir.
But what was cool was Francisco and I ended up on the same court.
I know.
Right? So the elder statesmen are out there, like from the way back A-League.
Yeah.
And talk about surrounding yourself with the right people. Like Francisco's just
Yeah.
such a good dude.
Money.
He's a good dude, man, yeah.
And then you're sitting in that environment at that event, and you're like, look at all these people, like just out here to have some fun, but kick the crap out of each other on a tennis court, and at the same time, finish up, have some pizza, have a few beers, have a few laughs.
Yeah.
Like,
go on with your life.
Again, I'm not trying to blow smoke. You guys do an amazing job up here, and this is an example of surrounding yourself with the right people.
That's the magic, right?
Yep.
That's good.
Yeah.
Damn. What do you got, dude?
But I don't have to say anything.
What do you mean?
I'm here all the time. You guys are special.
I want to hear
guests.
both of you. What are your doubles patterns? Yeah, let me ask you some questions.
Oh, my doubles patterns. Yeah. That's like, just hit it in.
Fucking hard. Awesome.
I don't need to say anything. My goal is to talk a little less.
Yeah.
I'm really trying to show some restraint.
Save it.
Boys, thank you so much. That was fun, man. This is good. We got to do it again. Thank you, fellas.